All right, excellent gaming here. Excellent gaming. Okay, so just making sure that everybody's ready. Okay, so beautiful. We are just about to launch into Golden Sun, 80% no save and quit by ConicalFlak. This is another JRPG run, which is excellent. I love those. And just a reminder, we are raising money here as part of the Jolly Jamboree for Gamers Outreach, who are building go-karts, these portable gaming kiosks that are deployed to hospitals to let kids undergoing treatment and whatnot play games and socialise with their family and with other patients and whatnot, which is a great cause. So far has raised over $52,000, which is outstanding, and I'm really glad to be part of that. With that, I'm just going to make sure everybody's ready, and I'm going to send it over. I'm going to send it over to ConicalFlak here, who described this speedrun as... sorry, you did the cop-out answer. I said to describe your run in 5 words, and you said 5 words are too few. You cheeky bugger.
Yep. That's me.
Technically correct, but other than that, take it away, both of you. And I'll be around if you ever need me to fill time or anything. Enjoy.
Oh, there's plenty of time fill in this run, mate, if you're around. Welcome to the cutscene simulator with a little bit of awful RNG on the side.
Yeah, I would say we go straight in, just to get the cutscenes done.
Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes. This game is very heavily front-loaded with cutscenes to the tune of about 40 minutes. So we have plenty of time to get to know each other. So let's...
Yeah. So if anyone wants to grab a drink or some food, now's time.
What are we going to go with names, Carrie? I think our lovely host should get Isaac. Who wants to be Garrett? Do you want to be Garrett, Carrie?
I mean, the
I feel like
traditional
that's
name
an
is
insult.
Bowie, but... Wow, thanks.
It's alright, I'll be the tissue paper.
So the
Can you tell I
MVP of
don't
the
do
run?
that as well? Yeah, the MVP of the run. And who gets to be Mia? Any suggestions? Or are we going with base name? Alright, let's just go with Mia. Alright, run starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Oh.
Alrighty. Welcome! I am ConicalFlak. This is Golden Sun, 80% no save and quit. A quote-unquote fun speedrun. Joining me on comms, we have... oh, you can introduce yourself, Carrie.
Oh man, I didn't want to interrupt you. Yeah, I'm Kari. I don't really know how I ended up here.
Because you said yes when I asked.
Yeah, because everyone else said no. I said, okay, I can do it. Now I'm here.
In a fantastic start, I just realized I haven't opened my notes.
You don't need them for another hour. Let's be totally fair.
That's true. That's accurate.
Yeah, I haven't played this game in almost a year. So this will be fun.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't really done this particular run in like over a year either, so this is just as much fun for me.
This will be great.
Yeah. Oh, I got the first menu, we're fine.
Okay, hardest menu done. That's good.
That is actually the hardest menu in the game. That is the speed text, or the text speed to fast menu. Which paradoxically makes you go slower in Golden Sun 3, which is weird. And of course I forget my matching already. Anyway, so Golden Sun, great game. JRPG for the Game Boy Advance, released in 2001. Should get a sequel, but... Well, it did get a sequel. It got Golden Sun The Lost Age, the second part of basically the same story, and then a couple years later Golden Sun Dark Dawn, which left on a massive cliffhanger, and we're still waiting for a 4th game. One day. We hold out hope. We do have a Switch release now, which is something, I guess. Not that I'm playing on that right now, because I'm weird. But yeah, so this run is 80% no save and quit, which is basically the game as quote-unquote intended, without any particularly egregious glitches. We have a couple that we have access to, but without saving and quitting, we can't do things like RNG manipulation or like large sort of sequence breaks. Oh, I'm getting awesome RNG early. Love that. But because we're beholden to RNG and we're trying to go fast, this run very much turns into pray good things happen for a while, which is fun. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah, so basically this category is the idea of playing as much of the game as possible, but still having fun.
Yeah, and it is actually a very fun speedrun. Very easy speedrun to learn. Like, there's no strats that top players do that you don't learn on your first run. So it's quite an easy speedrun to learn, and it's really good fun when you're sort of improving. And then when you start grinding for top times, it gets, please give me good RNG literally everywhere. Otherwise, I can't get near the top of the leaderboard, and it turns into a bit of a grind. But we still have fun doing it, sometimes, until I start swearing at the game. Then it becomes a little bit less fun.
We have fun doing it as long as we get good RNG.
Exactly, as long as the game's nice, just get lucky and it's really good fun.
The moment we're out of Mercury Lighthouse, we have fun.
Yeah, so there's a couple places in particular, and we'll flag it when we get there, that are really awful. Oh my god! Oh wait, that's not.
Jesus.
I don't even know why I'm surprised by that. This is expected. Wow, this is really bad now. This is so bad. I don't even have this pattern in my notes. So we can do. So I say we can't do RNG manipulation. The RNG in this game is actually quite basic. There's just two numbers that increment every time they're called, and so by keeping track of some of those numbers, we can do a little bit of RNG manipulation, particularly in this prologue sequence where the abilities that enemies use, because the fights are scripted fights, those aren't random encounters, they're scripted to happen there. The actions that they use and who they target, and particularly if I flee or not, I can use to make the last fight in this sequence a little bit faster. But this was so awful that I don't even have it in my notes, because if this was a regular run, I would have just reset. So I don't even know how to win this last fight optimally.
So this is off to a great start.
Yeah, it's great. No, we're just getting all the bad RNG out the way early, so that when we get to like the awful parts, it's not too bad. We don't get caught by surprise and yeeted out of existence. So the rules for this category are simple. No save and quit. You saving and quitting resets the RNG back to 0. Either one or both of the numbers, depending on how you do the reset. And so we ban it, so no RNG manipulation. But being a marathon run, or a no reset run, we're going to bend the rules slightly. I'm going to take safety saves in front of really sort of risky sections. And then if I die, I'll do a soft reset by pressing A, B, start, select, which will set the general random number, which controls like encounters and enemy targeting and that sort of thing, to 0. But the battle random number, which is enemy abilities, will still be randomized. It doesn't reset that by doing a soft reset. So it's kind of like a light reset. And that's only if things go really badly. Hopefully we don't need to use it. That would be bad. Most of the boss fights are actually reasonably safe. And of course, I can't believe I just said that. I'm going to get...
The bosses are not... Generally, the bosses are not the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the bosses. So the problem
Everything
is
else.
that as many JRPGs, turn-based JRPGs, the random encounters come with a chance for you to get a free action or your opponent to get a free action. Either an attacks first, where you get to go first, or a caught by surprise, where your enemies get free actions against you. If you ever get a caught by surprise, particularly late in the game, it's almost always a dead run. Like, particularly after we get to Colosso, which isn't until like 2.5 hours or almost 3 hours into the run. At that point, if you get caught by surprise after that, it's awful. Oh wow, I chose poorly. Cool,
Which
that
means
was
that, you hope...
from there. Yeah, all right. So I lost. I died. Oh no, how bad.
So yeah,
that's all right.
so we had
That
a lot
is
of
actually
cutscenes
an
now.
unwinnable fight.
Yeah, so we had a lot of cutscenes now. What happens next?
Even more
More
cutscenes.
cutscenes.
Yeah, this run is mostly cutscenes for the first 40 minutes. There is one dungeon, the intro dungeon, that I get to do, which is nice. But the dungeon's very much corridor. There's like 2 puzzles to solve, and then it's just cutscene city, so lots of time.
I think they timed it. It was like 1 hour cutscenes, like just smashing A for the entire run.
Oh, for the
Oh,
whole run, really? It's about an hour, is it? Is it that
Yeah.
much?
Yes.
Well, it's an hour and like 30 minutes of it is front loaded. That's a lot. That's alright.
Yeah, I think it's 58 minutes on the cutscene patch, which just removes all dialogue, but the
Yeah.
animation is out. So it's probably a little bit more.
Yeah.
An hour sounds about right.
So some categories of this game we do skip the intro and we just start from a hard reset outside of Vale, which is this starting town. The problem with that is you can then do RNG manipulation for quite a long way. This whole intro sequence, basically that prologue sequence we just did leading up to dying in that last fight, every frame through that sequence, the GRN is incrementing. So unless you can play that entire thing frame perfectly, which, you know, a task can do that, but I'm not a task, so I can't. It basically acts as one big RNG randomizer, which is what we want for this category. So no two runs will ever be the same.
Unfortunately, people want that.
Unfortunately, that's kind of the point of this category. It's all about being able to think on your feet. How do you kill things in the most optimal way? How do you use your resources that you have available to you most efficiently? So there is quite a lot of almost feel to the category. You know, do I need to heal now? Do I need to, you know, use an item here? Do I need to change a setup in order to gain a bit of survivability sort of things? Which I haven't really done serious runs of this category in like a year and a half, so hopefully I still have some of that. Hopefully it comes back. I'm relying a little bit on muscle memory. Good job me doing lots of practice.
We will fine for the next 2 hours or so.
Yeah, I mean, there's not...
Let's
it's
worry
true.
about this then.
Yeah. Once we get through Saturos, then we can deal with it. So intro, would you want to talk about some of the story, Carrie? Seeing as we do actually see most of the story.
I mean, what have we seen? We saw a storm where we were kids and ran outside. And after we went a very long way around to our parents and Jenna's parents. Jenna's the red-haired girl to the right now. Yeah. We saw a little boy getting crushed by a boulder. Yeah. Let's just keep it like that.
Yeah, because no one could reach him, despite the fact you could just go around to the other side of the river and literally reach out your hand and grab him. But now we rather let him drown. Or use catch, yeah. Everybody has Synergy, which is Golden Sun's version of magic. Like, they can literally use abilities that spawn a giant white hand to grab things.
Yeah.
But no one thought to do that. Actually, no, they did think to do that. No one had any Synergy left. They all ran out of PP, so we had to go find someone. And then we ran into Mystery Man and Mystery Woman, who absolutely wrecked us in an unwinnable fight. And even if you use, like, cheats and make it so you can actually win the fight, when you kill Mystery Man and Mystery Woman, which is possible with cheats, you just get the same cutscene anyway where you're dead, or where they beat you. So you are supposed to lose that fight, which I did not know the first time I played this game when I was like 11 or 12 years old. And so I kept resetting, trying to win the fight.
And now we're fixing a roof. Or destroying a roof, more like.
Yeah, Garrett is the worst character in this game.
Yeah.
He's not all that useful in terms of gameplay, and he's just mean to everyone. Like, he's supposed to be the tank, but he's like tanky in the wrong stats for speedrun purposes. He just has really high defense, and defense doesn't really matter that much.
And not even for speedrun purposes, just generally, defense is basically worthless.
It's okay in the early game when everything's still just doing physical attacks, but by the time you get to the late game, everything is just doing synergy damage to you mostly. And so defense isn't involved in that at all, so he's just not that good.
Oh, see, it's Mystery Man and Mystery Woman.
They're back.
Who would have thought?
We've seen the antagonists again. This is Turos and Minardi. These are the bad guys. They're trying to steal these things called the elemental stars, which are basically purified forms of all matter, which is cool. And they want to do that to release alchemy, this nebulous force of magic on the world again, because bad guys do bad things. Bad guys get a bad guy.
And now we're gonna visit an old man named Creighton, who's a scholar who actually researches alchemy. And yeah, we have
And
this thing
he-
about old men in this game.
Yes.
Like-
Your number of dialogue boxes in this game is inversely proportional to your age. Not even inversely, just proportional to your age.
Yeah, just want to say.
The older you
Yeah.
are, the more you talk. And this
Yeah,
dude
so
is
this guy will talk a
old.
lot.
Yeah.
And then there's another character later on who will talk even more because he's even older.
Yeah, so Creighton, thankfully he doesn't hang around too much, but he's everywhere in Golden Sun: The Lost Age because he just follows you around for the whole game. But thankfully he's only going to be with us for a little bit here.
Like right now, there's the Still Sanctum in Vale, where it's like alchemy ruins or something in the Lord, and he just talks us into breaking into it because he wants to.
Yeah, like I said, Satoru Minardi want to steal the elemental stars which are kept in a sanctum in Vale. And our plan to stop them is Creighton's plan to stop them is to convince a bunch of teenagers to go and steal them first. Which is, not a very good plan. Literally everything that happens in this game is a direct result of Creighton just wanting to steal the elemental stars first. Maybe Creighton's the secret antagonist all along. But now he gets to join us. He doesn't actually do anything in battles or anything. He just kind of sits theoretically sits in your party. And every now and then he'll pop out and say some stuff. Now we have the worst guard in the world. He wants to stop us getting into Soul Sanctum because we're not allowed to be there. So he's hiding, and then he just immediately turns his back. Good job, mate. Oh, I missed the stairs. Good start.
So first mini dungeon of the game.
Yeah.
Welcome to the tutorial. Nice no, by the way.
Thank you. Mashed the wrong button. Yeah,
So generally, if you have a yes or no prompt, you want to say yes in most cases just because it's faster.
Yeah, yes is either faster or no. So, wow. That's like a rate 30 to start. I love that.
No, more like 25.
Normally you get most of the way down this corridor before you take that first encounter. Good start. Yeah, like we were saying, it's generally either faster or no slower to say yes. There are a few notable exceptions where if you say no, you do save a little bit of time. But there's not many in this game. There's more in TLA, which is the second game.
And not a lot.
But even then, not a lot. And it doesn't affect the story at all by saying no. Oh, actually, no, with one exception. If you say no at Colosso, you get some funny things happening.
I mean, if you say yes in Colossus, it's the wrong thing. Long cutscene.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there.
So in that menu, I hotkeyed some Synergy to L and R, which is both very useful for not having to do many menus for Synergy that you use particularly often. In general, if you're going to use Synergy, a utility Synergy like Move or something, more than twice, then it's better to stick it on a hotkey. But also, I put Retreat on a hotkey. And Retreat is a little bit more interesting because it basically acts like an escape rope from Pokemon where it just warps you back to the start of the dungeon, which sounds like a terrible thing to put on a hotkey, but the developers made a little oversight where if you don't have enough PP to cast Retreat, but you try and cast it from a hotkey, it'll say it didn't work, but like the lookup table, or best way to describe it is like the lookup table that the game uses to determine things like where doors lead and what's in chests and that kind of stuff, will act as though it worked. And so the game will think you're in the first room, even though you're not, which lets us do a couple of silly things. We're not going to see that be used for a little bit yet. We don't use it early on in the run, but it does let us do some very interesting skips later on, which is quite fun. It's also much more powerful if you can save and quit the game. Ooh, what happened there? Wow, another great rate.
Yeah, this room is awful.
This room is terrible. Encounter rate here. I don't know if there's a thing where like you just get more encounters in this room, but it's just a long corridor with lots of stuff. Nice attacks first.
We're almost through here, though.
Almost through. Attacks first are great. Where I said earlier, getting caught by surprise is awful because you can just get completely wrecked late game. But attacks first, you can use it to run away. So late, and that's really useful, particularly in the late game, when encounters can take 30 to 40 seconds to clear. Even optimally, it take a long time to clear, where if you get an attacks first, you just run away, and they're basically instant. So attacks first, what happened there?
What the? Okay.
That was
No one saw that?
interesting. And of course, Diagonal Isaac is best Isaac. Sorry, Sire. Diagonal Sire was best Sire. So this is the tutorial on how Synergy works out of battle. You can use it to, do stuff. Oh.
And one last
Another
encounter.
attacks first.
Attacks first. Nice.
For how many
Of course.
encounters I took, that actually wasn't too bad. I have a little timer going.
Nice.
That was sub 18, which is not too. It's
Yeah.
fine. That's completely
We've seen
acceptable.
worse.
Yeah. But now all of the fun bits in the early game are over, and it's basically all cutscenes for the rest, with a little bit of jumping over stuff and one very easy puzzle to solve.
And one little trick we only found, well,
It's
1.5 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a while ago now.
It does not feel that long ago.
I know.
No one played the game for
But yeah,
last
I
year.
said no again. Why am I saying no? Why? So the fastest way to mash generally is to hold B and mash A, L, and R, and for some reason holding B is making me say no. So
Game says no.
yeah, again, it doesn't matter. You generally just get a few extra boxes of dialogue, so it really doesn't matter that much. There are a few infinite loops you can get into at various points by saying no, but
By the way, Crane, the responsible adult, just leaves the kids alone to solve puzzles.
these
And yes,
pillars are very silly that you can push them diagonally like that. It only works on these particular pillars.
Yeah, we think that's because they were literally the first thing. Like, this whole dungeon was probably the first thing they programmed back in the day. So they're kind of funky.
Veil too. Veil and Soul Sanctum are a little bit funky, as you say, in the way that they work. Veil in particular is... doors work a little bit differently. The way quest flags interact with it work a little bit differently, which is really annoying because, the only thing stopping you from escaping Veil is, well, seemingly the only thing stopping you from escaping Veil is there's a little fence over the exit, but the loading zone doesn't actually exist beyond the fence yet, which is annoying. But yeah, because it's so slightly differently set up, it makes it really hard to break out. If we could just break out a Veil, we 100% would, and then just skip all of this stuff and take Jenna with us, which would be amazing if we could take Jenna with us, because she has some fun mechanics that you can use to go very, very fast.
But we can't do this in this category, unfortunately.
But we can't do that in this category, unfortunately. There are categories where we do break Jenna out. We can come back and watch more of these cutscenes again in order to get access to her. The category's called Fusion Dragon Restricted. Very good fun.
Oh yeah,
I kind of the only one who's ever really seriously run that category, which is a bit sad because I think it's good fun.
So by the way, Conical had to solve the left puzzle first to do the right one, because otherwise there will be a very, very long cutscene, but essentially a threat, which is also how the boulder was created in the prologue, because this was solved wrongly.
Yes, the storm at the start of the game was caused because Satoros and Minardi and their party came to Soul Sanctum, and they basically failed to solve that puzzle because they're not very good at puzzles. Oh,
And
what am I doing?
Well, now we have a weird teleport thing, which is never really explained.
And you never see anything like this again. It's like you go through this weird warp portal, and they never explain, like you say, they never explain how, what's going on with this warp portal, and yeah, it's weird. But sure. And now we get a very long theme with a very good soundtrack.
And now we obviously see the sea, right? This is obviously water.
Absolutely the ocean.
Mm.
It's look at that. I mean, actually, no, Carrie, it can't be the ocean. Where are the waves?
It's water, it's moving. You can see a reflection.
Yeah.
That's obviously the ocean.
Is that the ocean? Obviously it is. Oh man, at least this is a very long cutscene sequence of the game, but at least we get this absolute banger of a soundtrack to listen to. The audio, the music in this game is unbelievably good. Like every track in this game is amazing.
Yeah, so how the music in this game was made is actually different from all other GBA games.
Yeah, I'm not huge on the specifics, but my understanding is Camelot basically rewrote all of the software for how the sound card in the GBA works in order to make the soundtrack happen. Which,
Yeah,
like,
more or
this is a GBA is a Game Boy Advance. How do you get this amount of orchestral sounding music from a GBA sound card? It's incredible.
Yeah, this is probably the series that really pushes the GBA.
Yeah, particularly the Lost Age. Lost Age is like a 40-hour JRPG that they managed to fit on a GBA cartridge, which is actually very impressive. It's surprising it's not more broken than it is.
And TLA still feels unfinished.
Actually, I say that, more broken than it is. We can literally do arbitrary code execution in that game. It's pretty broken.
Yeah, and we needed more than 20 years to find it, so it's quite good.
That's true. Yeah, originally, the story is originally Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Age were conceived as being a single game, and then at some point early in development they were split, although I'm not sure how true that story actually is, but it seems reasonably realistic. They only came out a year and a half apart, and they lean on the same engine. They look very similar. They are very much the second game is very much just a continuation of the first one. So
yeah, a lot of assets from the first game are actually in the second.
And vice versa, there are some assets from the second game and some functionality from the second game that are included in the first game that were cut. Things like the Soul Blade, which is the most powerful weapon in the second game, exists in this game. And there is some very rudimentary support for more than 4 party members. Although those bits of memory were reused for other things, which again lets you do silly things if you ever get more than 4 party members, which we won't in this run. We have not found a way to do it in a no save and quit setting.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God, because it would probably ruin the soul of the run a little bit.
And be fair, we would ban it immediately.
We would ban it immediately. Is what would happen.
So now we get the elemental stars from these statues, which I'm not even sure if we know at this point what they do.
What, the elemental stars?
Yeah.
No,
we know that already.
In that previous cutscene, Kraden basically said some things like, the Stone of Sages, the elemental stars could maybe make this stone that can, make you immortal and turn things into gold and all these sort of things. Like classic alchemist things.
Well, we get now pretty stones.
Yeah, we get pretty stones that make pillars do things.
Yeah, I mean, this can't be bad, right?
Yeah. All we really know about them is that they are they contain the pure essence of each of the 4 elements, and that they're incredibly powerful. So we should totally take them off of their resting place and give them to this old dude to study. Why wouldn't we? Science for science. Speaking as the scientist, I would probably do the same thing. So that's 3 down, 1 to go, and shockingly, it's not going to go as smoothly as we'd like. Oh, I should have done slot 1 Garrett. Oh, I always think about it too late.
No.
So Camelot are known for their incredible attention to detail in their games, and one example is you can kind of do what you can do in this cutscene, where shockingly the bad guys are here and they're about to take the elemental stars off us. And Garrett is actually the one to give the stars to them. So he's going to come up to Isaac, he's going to take the elemental stars off him and then go and give it to the bad guys. And there's a dialogue box that says, Garrett took the elemental stars. And if you set Garrett into slot 1, so that when you pick up the stars, they go into his inventory, it skips that dialogue. It actually skips it. Like, they thought that, this is a thing you could do, so we should have some provision in there that if he's in slot 1, we don't do this dialogue box. And it actually saves a very small amount of time. The time, like, if you optimally set, like, frame perfectly, do all of the swaps and everything you need to do. It saves 69 frames, which is very nice. But no human could really do it optimally enough to make it worthwhile, and you'd have to relearn all your menus and everything, so we don't bother.
You probably have to keep Garrett in slot 1 for most of the time to be
To make
actually
it
worth it.
Yeah. But then that comes with different Jin setup, and we will explain the Jin at some point. The Jin system, which is how classes work.
Yeah, we still have, what, 20 to 25 minutes of cutscenes left, so...
So we have plenty of time. Yeah. Oh, also, this is Felix. He was the little boy in the river who got crushed by the boulder. Turns out he's not dead. And now he's one of the bad guys.
Oh my god.
Shocking. Then they, like... This is, like, the worst slow roll reveal of all time. Like, I love this game, but this could have been done better. The Felix reveal. You literally see this dude with a mask for, like, 10 seconds before... Oh, Felix is not dead after all.
I mean, excuse me, he's in the Vale Inn before you go here.
He is. Again, more attention to detail. You can actually go and find him in the inn in Vale before you come to Sol Sanctum. And like Felix and Isaac were supposedly best friends before he died. And so Felix is like, oh, hey, look, it's Isaac. Or like very cagey about it. But yeah, it's attention to detail. We love it. And this is Alex. Everyone likes Alex because he has secret motives and does things. I don't like him at all. I think he's overrated. Like, he has this ability to teleport and warp around the place, and he never uses it in times when he should.
He's mysterious.
Mysterious. We like mysterious.
He's...
And now we're very disappointed in Garrett because he's an idiot. So their plan was for us to collect all 4 elemental stars before they revealed themselves, but they completely forgot that we actually have to run right by them in order to get to the last one. Which is the Mars star. Yay, last one, we now have all 4.
So now this room is without elements.
What was that?
This room is now without the elements, so... balance is not there, and... Oh shit. This
turns out stealing the fundamental forces of all matter was a bad idea.
The ocean is gone.
It's an ocean of lava now. And this is the wise one. He's like God, I guess. It's not really ever explained. Knows. He's like the protector of humanity and the elemental stars. He's a floating Mike Wazowski. He's the one who's going to send us on our quest, and then he will not be heard of again until the very end of the second game.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad that he's almighty, all-powerful, all-knowing, and basically everything, but he does exactly nothing.
That's not true. He definitely doesn't try and stop us at the very end of the second game. He just makes a miracle happen. Yeah, he's not supposed to interfere in the actions of humans, and he does it basically every time he is on screen. He does exactly that. He's also a bit of a dick, but he sends us on the quest.
He has a nice emote for this.
Yeah, he does. And now, despite the volcano that we're about to erupt, they sit down and have a nice chat about what they're going to do for ages.
Yeah, and of course they just kidnap Jenna and Kraden now. Felix does not like this because Jenna's Felix's sister.
I also don't like this because Jenna is fast, but they can have Kraden.
And Kraden is slow, so everything's in balance again.
Jenna has an anti-grinding mechanic, so that because she was in our party for Sol Sanctum, and the developers didn't want you to like grind to level 99 in Sol Sanctum, which would make the rest of the game far too easy. So there's a mechanic that when Jenna reaches level 5, or just after level 5, all encounters are turned off. So if you can find a way to break her out of Vale, that mechanic still exists. So you just get her to level 5 and then you turn off all random encounters get turned off for the entire run, which is really fast. Which is why we would very much like to break Jenna out of Vale if we can in this cutscene. Although again, we would, I don't know, maybe we'd ban it. We probably would just ban it because that would break the game a little bit too much.
Yeah, so why we ban it, not just play glitchless. So glitchless is basically this category just with an hour more of walking. So everyone hates it.
Is it that much more? It's like an extra half an hour because you have to
And
do
half
all
an
of
hour.
things like Mercury Lighthouse and a few other bits and
Yeah,
pieces.
I mean, in the second game, it's an entire hour, so this is probably at least half an hour of just walking around.
It's
And
probably
nothing happens.
more than that actually because Kraken.
Yeah.
You can't skip the boat.
Oh, right. I can actually look it up real quick.
Has anyone actually ever done? I think it's 4 hours.
Yes. It's 4 hours, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
But
if
it's
anyone
not
could be
optimized.
bothered to grind it, you'd probably get sub 4 hours out of it. But like, why would you ever play glitches when it's very similar to this run and this run is just
Yeah,
more fun?
I would suspect something like 350.
Yeah. Where an optimal time in this is about 320. Which would be an insane time on Wii U. Well, that's maybe possible on Wii U. On Switch, it's definitely possible.
Yeah,
So we do have no, you go.
Go ahead. Okay, so Switch just runs on consistent 60 FPS, while this runs on 59.9 FPS, which means per hour of the run, Switch saves like 16 seconds.
It's also much less laggy, Switch.
Yes.
The Wii U and even the GBA has quite a lot of lag in places, and that just doesn't really exist on Switch. So it is the fastest console to run on. So you might be asking, Conical, why aren't you running on Switch then if it's fastest? And that's because I'm weird and I run on keyboard, and there's no real way to hook up a keyboard to a Switch, and so I would have to relearn everything using a controller in order to run on Switch. And I will get around to it one day, but I haven't bothered to learn yet. One day, maybe.
So you're actually playing on the Forbidden Nintendo console.
I am playing on the Forbidden Nintendo console. I am one of 5 people who own a Wii U.
I actually had to bring my Wii U to other marathons so people can run on it.
Oh, really?
So one at a Wii U, yes. And they didn't want to travel with it over half of the globe.
That's funny. Yeah. It's not even that bad a console. It's just not a Wii.
Clunky.
It's a little bit clunky, like the idea is there of having the external sort of station with the screen and everything, but then it's just because you still have to have the console part, it's clunky. That's why the Switch was so good. It's basically all the good bits of the Wii U without any of the drawbacks.
So anyway, time to face the village.
Yeah, so now we've basically almost destroyed the village by causing a giant volcanic eruption on the mountain that the village is literally built into. And they're like, what the hell, guys? Why would you do this? And so, as punishment, I guess, is they send us on the quest to go and recover the elemental stars and try and save Jenna and also Kraden, I guess.
I mean, not really. We were sent on this quest by the Wise One because we actually see him once more in this cutscene.
Yeah.
I forgot about this because I never watch this cutscene when I'm going to the toilet during this cutscene normally.
Yeah, this is usually a really good time for like a bathroom break. Because this particular cutscene, it's going to be like 10 minutes before or a little under 10 minutes before we get control back. This is just mashing, which is awesome for my wrists. Who doesn't love a good mashing session?
Allow a turbo controller?
Yeah, we do allow a turbo controller set to
10 hertz.
10 hertz, which is slower. Like you can mash a button every frame, so 10 hertz is slower than most people will mash on average. So you lose about 30 seconds over the course of the run, which is, for most people, worth it. But unfortunately, the way I run with my definitely not homebrewed Wii U, I can't really make a turbo controller work. So here I am mashing. Mash, mash, mash.
I mean, add Goblin Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yes.
This is too much memes.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, you could see the attention to detail again, because Isaac and Garrett just explained the story of what happened to them to the village.
Except for Old Mate, who kind of already knew because the Wise One told him in his brain.
Yeah.
Old Mate in the top left, the healer of the Sanctum. Who kind of seems like he follows you around a bit, because you see this dudes with this exact sprite quite a lot. Actually, you know what? Hopefully we're not going to see them at all.
Maybe we will see them. Hopefully we won't talk to them.
Hopefully we won't talk to them. We just run straight past them all.
Yeah, and a little fun fact, there will be some prompts of us going on a journey, if you go on a journey in a couple seconds, minutes, I don't know, actually. If you actually answer no to all of them, you get a bad ending.
Yeah, when they offer you the quest, you can refuse the quest. If you say no and then leave the sanctum, the game will fade to black and say, the text is something like, and the world drifted towards its inevitable fate, and it'll return you to the title. Like, so you can actually just say no. Yeah. And then you can just like return to him asking and then accept the quest later. But you can actually say no to the quest, which is quite funny. There is a speedrun category for it called bad ending %, which is awful because that's just like a full save and quit run. And when you save and quit, you can basically skip all of Soul Sanctum. So the one interesting thing in all of this intro sequence just gets skipped, and then you just say no. So it's literally a test of how good is your mashing. Which is why no one has ever really done bad ending %. Actually, no, I think Bowie did some bad ending %.
Blueser did.
Oh, Blueser did do some? Yeah.
Yeah, and we did it for fun at ESA.
Awesome. I love that. I almost did no save and quit plus for ASM this year for the 5-minute marathon. We did a section at ASM where as many people who had speedruns in under 5 minutes as possible, see how many we could smash out in like half an hour. I can't remember what the time was. And I almost did no save and quit plus, which is like 60 seconds.
Oh, you mean No Game Plus?
No Game Plus, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
New game plus, where you go and do arbitrary code execution first, and you start the game with the developer console enabled, and so as soon as you get out of the very first cutscene, you do a credit swap and the game ends. So now we've said yes. Oh, he mentioned the djinn. That's probably a good time to explain how the djinn work. So the djinn are elemental djinn. So each element, the 4 elements, have these little creatures associated with them. Kind of like
We'll see them in approximately 5 minutes.
Approximately 5 minutes, we'll see the first one. And they are powerful elemental creatures that you can collect. There are 7 of each throughout this game to collect. And they are basically how the class system works. So they each are, like I said, they're each associated with an element, and each character is also associated with an element. So by setting djinn to a character, you can effectively combine elements to gain access to more stats and different classes. And different classes come with different synergy abilities, they come with different stat profiles. It's a really good way to sort of change up how you want to play the game. Djinn also have a unique battle ability. So, for example, the first djinn we're going to collect is Flint, and he does damage based on the user's attack, or Venus-based damage based on the user's attack stat, which is great. When you use their ability, they go onto standby, and when a djinn is on standby, you can use them to summon a very powerful attack. And the more djinn of the same type you have on standby, the more powerful the attack summon is. They then go into recovery, and they take either 1 turn, or 1 djinn per turn in battle will recover, or 1 djinn per tick in the overworld of just running around will recover, and then they go back to set. So you go through this cycle of set, standby, recover to do very powerful attacks and change your class mid-battle, which is very cool. So by going between set and standby with djinn mid-battle, your class will change mid-fight, which makes battles very interesting to plan and to fight. If you don't really know what you're doing, you can get into a lot of trouble by accidentally ending up in a class that's terrible. But if you do know what you're doing, you can manipulate the game to be able to, or manipulate fights to be able to have exactly what you need at exactly the right time to deal damage very quickly. Which is a very cool way to add replayability to the game, because there's always a different class that you haven't played as. You can either summon rush everything, or you can synergy rush everything in different classes. You can either be really speedy and kill things before they get a chance to attack, or you can be really tanky and take as much damage as you want as much damage as you can before you die.
Talking of djinn.
And this is Flint. Yeah. He's about to explain all of that in a much worse way. And my explanation wasn't even very good.
So it took us 42 minutes to leave the first village.
Yep. And then we ran like 3 steps and we immediately got another cutscene.
Yes. And you won't regret it, Flint, really?
We don't like Flint because you can't skip his tutorial. In the second game, Echo is the first Jin, and you can skip his tutorial, which is awesome. And then in the third game, Golden Sun Dark Dawn, Flint is the tutorial Jin again, and again, you can't skip it. Although
But he has a PowerPoint.
his explanation got a lot better. He actually wrote a PowerPoint. His explanation of how Jin work gets a lot better. So we are almost through the intro. I mean, actually, really, the intro goes for like the first hour. All of Vault is still kind of intro, but it's still very cutscene heavy, even in the second town.
I mean, there are some people who say the run begins after 1.5 hours.
Yeah, but that's only because Mercury Lighthouse is sketchy.
Yeah. So we're still in intro, basically.
Yeah. So that was Flint using his attack, and now he's going to use his summon, Venus. The tier 1 Venus summon.
So Venus being Earth. Just...
Yeah, Venus being the element of Earth, which is what Isaac is aligned to. The other elements are Mars, which is fire, Jupiter, which is wind, and Mercury, which is water. And we will, shockingly, this will surprise no one, collect one party member aligned with each element. Amazing. Whoever would have seen that coming. In this category. Right, now we finally get some overworld stuff. Or I can accidentally get an input. Wow, and we are getting absolutely screwed by encounter rates. Oh, I didn't take any damage. That's really nice. So it's possible to get all the way to Vault without an encounter. I didn't, which is a shame. I didn't take damage, though, which is good. So because the retreat glitch, which I mentioned earlier, requires Isaac's PP to be lower than 6, Isaac's PP management for basically the entire run is quite important. And I'm already thinking about it for the first retreat glitch, which doesn't happen yet for like another half an hour. So how you heal, how many heals you use, when you heal, how many times you use move, all of that will drain Isaac's PP, and I'm trying to manage it as best I can to get to that first retreat glitch without having to grind as much PP off him as I have to. Like, ideally, I just go straight through and done, and we don't ever have to grind any PP down on him because it's slow. But also, you need to still have enough to heal, because healing, particularly in the next dungeon, is very important.
Meanwhile, we see the sky and his group. Like, there are fellas, and they wanted to go to their hometown. Unfortunately, the bridge got destroyed, so they go to the village of I don't completely understand why, but they go there, and they left behind their apprentice, which is who we're gonna see in just a second. That's Ivan, or Flak, how we call him.
Tissue paper blowing in the breeze.
Yeah.
So Ivan is a Jupiter adept. Jupiter adepts have the ability to read minds, and he just kind of does it on anyone without asking, which is a bit weird. Like, come on, Ivan, consent is a thing. But we like
he's
Jupiter
what,
adepts.
13? It's fine.
Yeah, he's like 13. Yeah, exactly right. No, we like Jupiter adepts because one thing Jupiter adepts are really good at is being fast. They have very high agility, and agility is basically the most important stat in this game. Because the way summons work, summons deal damage based on or relative to your enemy's maximum HP and not based on your level. So a level 99 character doing a summon will effectively do the same damage as a level 1 character using the same summon. So being able to go first is super important. And so with Ivan, he can outspeed almost anything in the game, which lets us basically kill most things before they can do anything to us. Which is really nice in fights that we actually want to take.
Yeah, so basically we try to kill stuff before they kill us.
The flip side is, he cannot take much damage. Like I said, he is basically made of wet tissue paper blowing in the breeze, is how Bowie likes to describe him. So if he ever gets, like, targeted by things, it's bad.
I'm picking up a mint over here, which we will use later on. A mint increases your agility.
Yeah, I'm collecting...
We already says that that's the most important stat in the game, probably.
I'm collecting a few items over the sort of the next little bit of the run. So a couple of healing items, some stat boosting items, and all of that is to be able to beat the first big boss fight of the game, which is the Saturos fight. By collecting these, I can... Actually, the apple isn't for Saturos. It does help, but it's not actually for Saturos. yeah, I'm basically trying to power up as much as I can early on for that fight, which is sort of the first big roadblock of the run.
Yeah,
Or the run of just the game in general.
for now,
you
we
guys
have to
team.
catch some bandits.
Yeah,
Or
Hammett,
in
the guy who couldn't get across the bridge. He
Yeah.
is a merchant who got robbed by these guys in this town. And so because he wanted to get away from the thieves in this town, he then fled to a town that is literally full of thieves. Which
Yeah,
doesn't seem
makes no
smart.
sense, but
Yeah.
let's not find logic in this game.
So we are currently helping Ivan find the shaman's rod. Giggle, giggle. Which is what was stolen from Hammett. They stole Hammett's rod and Ivan has to go and get it for him.
So if we go outside now, you will see a lady being confused to the side.
Yeah,
That
where'd
one?
the guy who was standing in front of
yeah.
the stairs go?
Yeah, and we will find him. He is right there.
Tied up in the basement. Or in the attic, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, first boss fight. We're actually gonna fight something for a change. So we get to fight the bandits. The bandits are not a hard fight. It's very hard to actually lose this fight, but it is very easy to lose time. The bandits have herbs, which are healing items, and we don't like herbs because they slow the fight down. Each of the two on the outside have one herb. The guy in the middle has two, but he has to use his smoke bomb first. So hopefully we don't see too many. Optimally, it's a 4-turn fight, but it usually takes a bit longer than that because you always get at least one herb. Usually
wait.
2 because the outside guys just like to spam them.
Yeah. By the way, Ivan is actually the person who tanks the most right now. Just because he has better equipment and higher levels.
He comes at a higher level. Yeah, we haven't
Victor.
taken any fights, so we're still like very low level.
Yeah. And he just has better equipment for now.
Yeah.
So we actually hope that they kind of target Ivan, but not kill him. Killing him would be quite bad.
Smoke bomb. Awesome. We're going to get lots of herbs this
man.
fight. There's one. Oh,
And
on the
one.
middle guy there.
Okay, attack.
It's not the end of the world. We get lucky. Oh, nice. We got a range. Oh, that's annoying though. That's a range kill on the outside guy, which is really good. So now we're just going to dump as much damage into the middle guy as possible. Hopefully he doesn't use his herbs. Nice. That's basically a free turn. We love that. He might die on the next turn.
So you
Probably
want to
should
talk
just
about how
attack.
you menu that quickly?
Yeah, so menuing. Oh, nice. He didn't use any herbs. That's a really good fight. That was a really good bandits fight. Yeah, so menuing. Sub 50 bandits. I'll take that. So menuing in this game is really, really good. The menus are super snappy. You can do inputs every single frame if you're fast enough. It's amazing. So we call battle menu gliding, and there's a couple of ways to do it. You can either duplicate input. So if you press like right and then select while still holding right, it will duplicate the input. So you can basically just wrap your fingers across buttons to move around menus very, very quickly. The way I do it is kind of like a fighting game style of menuing where to go right, you can press right or down. So I basically just press down, right, down very quickly to like move 3 spots to the right. And that's just because keyboard, it's a little bit easier to do it that way. No method of doing it is particularly faster. They're both pretty good once you get good at them. And it means you can do very, very snappy menus, which is really nice. The menuing is super smooth.
Talking of fighting games, shoutouts to Rele who actually played this game on a fighting stick.
Yeah, one of the runners actually uses a fighting stick to run, which is incredible. And he's really good at it too. Like, he's actually a very good runner. Like when he first started doing it, I'm like, there's no way that's going to be good. But he's actually quite fast. Like, it's shocking how good it actually is. Some very precise movements. So some of the RNG manipulation categories require very precise movements, and it's actually really good for that. Keyboard as well is very good for precise movement, which is nice. For runs like TLA any percent, where you have a couple of pixels of movement, a couple of pixels of like bad movement in some parts of the run in order to make it work. It's really nice being able to do very accurate movement inputs. I didn't check my agility. So I took a level up at the end of that fight, and exactly what stat boost you get is RNG dependent. So I really want 4 agility boost, 4 agility gain on the level up of that fight for another fight that's upcoming. And I'm supposed to check, and I have in my notes in size 100 font, check agility, and I always forget to check agility. That's alright.
You should have told me beforehand, and I would have paid attention.
That's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Well,
It just
you
makes
just do it like everyone
forward
else, and just you just YOLO it now.
Yeah, with a safety save. I'll use my first safety save. So the fight coming up that I need agility for is Forge, the Forge fight. Forge is a Jin. Not all Jin come willingly. Sometimes we have to beat them into submission and force them to come with us. And they are generally more challenging fights than the random encounters around the same area. And Forge in particular is a 3-turn fight, which is kind of annoying because Jin have the ability to flee. And if they flee, you just have to reset the room and try again. We do not like... Forge is not that bad. Some Jin lose a lot of time when they flee.
Can we just fire the guy who came up with Jin being able to flee?
Such a dumb idea.
They actually fixed that in the 3rd game.
Yeah, which is good because it's such a dumb mechanic that they can flee. Alright, so most of the cutscenes for a while are basically done. This is kind of almost considered the end of the intro.
Kalima?
Yeah, Kalima's not too bad though.
Yeah,
so we're going to come back and talk to them. Yeah, you go.
Okay, talk to the mayor. He gives us a Word of Life, which is a reviving item, and we won't see a lot of them in this run. I think it's 3 in total.
Yeah, we're only going to see 3 Waters of Life. They're very rare in this game.
And now we have to shout out the game facts guide now, because we will not use this item for reviving anytime soon. We will sell it instead. And this was first recommended by a game facts guide back in, I think, 2009.
Yep. Yeah, a long time ago. This has been like, I mean, speedrunning this game didn't really exist in 2009, but it's been speedrun meta basically forever. Is the Water of Life sells for 1,000 coins, which is way more than you can get by grinding at this part of the game. It's a lot. So we sell it and we use it to buy items to power ourselves up. And the best part is because it's considered an artifact, you can buy it back later when we do have enough money. So when we actually need it later on in the run, we're actually just going to buy the same Water of Life back from a different store, which is really nice. So it's not gone forever. Basically, we take out a loan using the Water of Life as collateral. This is Ivan giving us another, oh look, we can do different synergy in the overworld to like solve puzzles tutorial. That's Whirlwind. Whirlwind is cool. Whirlwind is like, I think it's the first utility synergy that you can also use in battle. So some synergies you can use both in and out of battle, which is really nice. Not a lot of games do that sort of stuff. These sorts of games do that sort of stuff, which is nice. And this is, I like to consider this the end of the intro once we get Ivan, because now we actually get to do some dungeons.
Well, the run can actually die, so...
Yeah, now the run can actually die. The run can kind of, well, maybe not die, but you can lose a lot of time in Goma Cave, which is...
excuse me, Forge vibe?
Yeah, Forge. Forge is just... Ugh. But even just the random encounters can cause you problems.
Yeah.
So now we get to make use of our favorite strategy, which is fleeing from stuff. So, unfortunately,
not
in
yet,
general...
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. No, we go. Oh god. That's actually.
Oh, you don't want to kill us.
Yes, yet, because I'm silly.
Okay, yeah.
And I forgot to stand by Flint. In general, fleeing is faster on average than taking fights. So.
When your flee chance is positive.
I don't even know if that's good enough. I don't. What even is this encounter?
I don't think
group?
so, because the slimes
are awful.
No experience, like 1 or 2, and we need more.
Yeah.
So now we search for encounter that gives us enough experience so Isaac and, in the best case, Garrett also gets a level up.
Well, Isaac will always get the level up. Isaac only misses the 2 level ups on the bandits by like 1 or 2 experience.
Yeah,
but
that's why
Garrett
the best
needs
also Garrett.
Garrett needs a high experience encounter to reach his level
up. This will not be enough.
Yeah, single head's enough, isn't it?
Single head is enough?
Oh, it's not.
No, it's
there you go. I thought it was.
That's enough.
Alright, we'll take another one then. I thought single head was enough. We'll take another one. So yeah, fleeing is generally faster. This will be enough now. the downside is that if you fail to flee, they get enemies get actions against you, which is bad. There we go. There's my level up. I'm going to heal everyone. Well, maybe not Ivan. Ivan should be fine. Yeah, the downside is you take a lot of damage if you fail to get away. But the upside is if you get away first try, it's really, really fast. So for the most part in the early game, we're going to run away from everything.
Well,
And hopefully it doesn't go too bad.
Yeah. The problem is only once we get to the late game, our fleet chance will actually be negative and everything kills us in one turn, so we kind of have to fight just to survive. Yeah.
Every time you fail a flee, you do get a flat plus 20% to your flee chance, which is good. But yeah, you can't survive long enough in the late game for that to add up. Oh, don't hit Garrett.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that was scary. Heal everyone up. Isaac does not have a lot of... Oh, I should have safety saved. This was bad.
It will be fine. So we now hope Isaac actually outspeeds Forge, because otherwise it's might be bad. Okay, he does.
Yeah,
this is fine.
Yeah. Oh, it's really good too.
Okay, this is double fine. So Forge can kill Ivan here in 2 attacks, but that didn't happen, so we don't have to heal and just kill him.
Now we're just hoping he doesn't run away. Yay, nice.
Blast. Oh, that's nice.
I'm going to have to heal again. I'm going to have to change move onto Garrett because Isaac's doing too much healing. Nothing wrong with that. Thankfully, Garrett can use move as well, which is good. It means I can cut down on Isaac's PP that he's spending by just making Garrett do some of it. So I'll do it on this next pillar. Oh, come on. How did... Sure. Just a little bit of RNG manipulation. It's fine.
Does this actually change anything?
GRN.
Ah.
Going through doors and loading rooms advances GRN.
No
that's a shame. It is possible to get out of that room. So there's no encounters in this room. So it is possible to get from Forge to the end of the dungeon without taking encounters. How are we doing? A little bit slow, but not too bad. It's also possible to get an encounter on the way to Billivan. So I'm very glad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
As you found out once.
More than once.
So now we're gonna buy some stuff.
Yay.
Buy a couple of swords to power up the boys. Not Ivan, we don't really care about him. And now some armor so that we become a little bit tankier.
Yeah, so Ivan will never regular attack anyway, so his weapon really does not matter.
So buy some helms. Ivan doesn't need as much gear because he, like we said, he's already quite tanky for this part of the game. Or tankier than Isaac and Garrett. So he doesn't need any additional stuff other than these leather gloves. And there we go. And now we are much better. So fleeing is a little bit less awful now. We can take a few hits before we have to heal instead of healing after basically every fight.
So, will you get the backup herbs, by the way, or are we just playing it?
No, I'm not going to get the backup herbs.
Okay. So, solving this puzzle over here to get another gin. It's Gust coming up, our first, who would have thought, Jupiter gin. And, of course, this game, unfortunately, we can't do this, so we actually have to walk back the entire route in the town.
Unfortunately, yeah. There is a trick called, well, not even really a trick, it's an intended mechanic called a Sanctum Warp, where if you load the game, if you save the game and then you load into a save holding L and start, it will load you at the Sanctum of the last town you visited. And in some cases, it's faster to do that, but that requires saving and quitting, which we're not allowed to do. Ah, damn. So this is a very frustrating section. You can run between all of these different areas without taking an encounter, and the encounters will reset. The encounter steps will reset when you enter an area. So it is possible to go through this part of the game without taking random encounters, which is beautiful when it happens, but you almost never get all of them. Oh, that's mean. I was right there. So you see how much less damage. Now taking like 1 damage every time these guys hit us because we've tanked ourselves up a little bit.
So, going to call him a forest just to trigger this cutscene over here, because it's actually faster to get this cutscene than going to call him a town, which we saw to the right, because this has less animations.
Yeah, so by running to here, we get this cutscene where, we get knocked down and, the giant magical tree tries to turn us into trees because he's angry at all people at the moment because, Kalima tried to cut down the giant magical tree with a face that talks to you, which don't do that, guys. That's just a bad idea. But if we go into Kalima, the town, we'll get a cutscene where Ivan will go up to a tree, use mind read, we'll learn that the trees are actually people, and then this exact same cutscene will play. So it's just faster to come here to do it. And the reason we're even coming here at all is you can actually go straight from Bilibin to Mercury Lighthouse, or you can come to Kalima first. The game kind of wants you to come to Kalima first and fight Tret, and then, learn that you have to go and get the Hermes water to heal him, and then that sends you up to Mercury Lighthouse. But you can go and do Mercury Lighthouse first. So the reason we come here is to collect a Djinn from Kalima town. The Djinn is Granite. Granite is one of the best Djinn in the game because Granite's ability is for one turn, he reduces all damage taken by 50%, which is so good. It takes a couple of minutes to get from Bilibin to Kalima to watch this cutscene and then to go and get Granite and then back to Bilibin. And then we're going to go to Mercury Lighthouse. And by the time we get to Mercury Lighthouse, having Granite will have saved time. It's incredible how much time having Granite saves. Minutes. Minutes before you would get back to here.
Yeah, not only the fact of Granite, it's awesome, but also it unlocks the level 2 Venus summon named Ramses, which is way stronger than Venus. And we can basically kill everything with Ramses and Ray.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we get damage reduction and more damage output, which makes the Saturos fight, well, probably not possible. We probably would have found a way to do it anyway, but makes it much, much faster, makes killing everything in the overworld to get there much, much better. It's good. The problem is he's locked behind one of the worst areas of the game, which is the basement in Kalima Town, which is just awful. It's so bad. You take encounters, also shout outs to saying no to things. This is one of the few times we're saying no is faster. The basement in Kalima Town has encounters, but you get no PP recoveries.
And no Djinn recoveries.
And no Djinn recoveries because it's still considered to be in a town. So it is terrible.
Also picking up this apple over here to later on secure damage ranges on Isaac.
Yeah.
Well, not on Isaac, but we increase his attack so he can hit
just a little bit harder.
Actually kills them. It's
Tax
not a lot,
first.
but
Yes, let's go.
Nice.
We love a tax burst there.
So this basement, it's possible to do with 2 encounters total, going front and back, and I think the negative record is 8.
Yeah, Plexi got 7 or 8 once. I forget exactly how negative it was. It was pretty bad. 2 is incredibly rare. I've done it once.
I met multiple times already.
Yeah,
three is nice.
3 or 4.
3 is nice, 4 is meh.
I think I'm going to get 4 because I got 2 on the way out. Yeah, it might even be 5. But they're not hitting Ivan. Oh, okay, there we go. They hit Ivan, so that's not too bad. I think there'll probably be 1 more. 4 is average. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I got away from Till on the first try. That's not too bad.
Yeah, you had fast fleas, it's fine. The problem is once you have failed fleas and they half kill you and you get a lot of encounters and you just bleed time.
And then you have to heal and then you're down on PP and then it's like, okay, I'm running out of healing stuff now. This is bad. But we're going okay.
Oh yeah, now running back. Hoping for the same encounter skips again, which we didn't get until now.
I haven't had any yet.
Well,
Wasn't my practice run I did the other day? I got all 4 of them, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no it's not the worst thing that can happen, but it's annoying.
So I come into Bilibin briefly, that's an encounter reset. Like I said, basically anytime you enter an area where you get a dialogue or a text box that tells you where you are, the encounter rate has reset. Is a good way to remember it. So we do it whenever we can. That's poor. That's okay.
And we try actually not to go through the trees because they have increased rate. Or they, increased rate's probably
too.
Yeah, but if it's just faster to go through there, we probably do it.
So close.
Oh man. Okay, fighting time.
That was actually really good. That was
Yeah.
I took a lot of encounters, but I got away from almost everything first try.
It's still a 106. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So we're gonna go,
So now we go to fighting, getting Granite to Garrett. So both Isaac and Garrett now have 1 Venus Gin, and Gin recover after every turn or just after battle. And now they will get Isaac and Garrett will both get 1 Gin back, which will be the Venus Gin in most cases, or in all cases actually. Which means we can just spam Granite and spam Ramses in every fight now.
So Ivan also got to level 5 there, which once he got to level 5, I give Gust to Isaac, and that puts him in a class where now he can outspeed everything, which is really nice. And now we can kill, not quite everything, almost everything. We can kill basically everything before they get an action off, which is really, really nice.
I mean, for world record runs, you kind of want to kill exactly 5 enemies that are not bees to get just enough EXP to hit the level threshold for Saturas on Ivan.
Which I have just reached as of that encounter, so I'm going to start running away from stuff now.
Which means with our first encounters right now, Ivan will get a level up, which will give him enough agility to always outspeed Saturas.
So now I have enough... Oh, that's a bad encounter.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, now fleeing is fast on average again. And we hope we don't die.
Kind of scary.
Oh, Jesus.
Nah, we're okay.
Yeah.
There are some very scary encounters in this overworld. This is where the run can really start to die, if we get very unlucky.
Nice raid, well.
Oh, this is a terrible
encounter.
Oh, this is the worst encounter.
Yeah.
Run away! Oh,
Ouch.
we're okay.
God.
YOLO, 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 YOLO.
Please.
Oh, that was actually really good. That was
Good
actually
enough.
fine. Whew. All right,
Good.
so that's
So now
this is kind of the gauntlet of the run. This section, this is this
So
and
talk
then
to this
Mercury
girl.
Lighthouse.
Yeah, talk to this girl because we have to in order to trigger cutscene. And now look at the cap of this. And now the cap is gone.
Yeah,
Which
so there's a
means
fun
we
little
actually-
glitch here.
Yeah. We actually moved the snowman just by using move on it. They never check if you actually move it down.
Yeah, when move connects, the hitbox of the snowman drops down onto the ice without ever actually having to move the snowman, which is very funny.
Yeah, and we get Fever. Kind of fitting for Ice Town.
Fever is very, very good. Fever kind of like Flint does damage based on attack stat, but it does Mars based damage, which more things are weak to Mars generally than they are to Venus. So we use Fever a lot. Fever's one of the gin that's very, very useful.
And this fairy is Primula from Shining Force. I don't know scenario. I'm not even trying, Bowie. Shout out to Bowie.
Sorry, Bowie. Basically, that sprite for Ply, which is a healing move, is a sprite from a previous game, or it's a character from a previous Camelot game.
What's going
Bowie,
on here right
who
now
loves Camelot, likes to point that out.
Yeah, so what's going on here right now all people in this town are sick, and this is Mia, and she's a healer. And also
she has
Alex's
a unique sprite, which means I wonder what she's gonna do.
Yeah, she's also Alex's cousin.
Is it
or
cousin?
if you play the yeah.
Okay.
Or
cousin.
play the German version, it's his sister.
Yeah, see,
Because
I always thought they were siblings. But
yeah,
there you go.
maybe you're secretly German. I don't know.
Maybe. And now we learned that Mia is a Mercury Djinn, and all Mercury Djinn in all 3 games are always fascinated by move. They always join you after you use move. And Mia is a little bit hesitant to join us just yet. She's like, only the Mercury clan are allowed inside Mercury Lighthouse. Which, sure. She will eventually join us once we find another pillar that she can't get past on her own. Which, the ironic thing about that is she'll join us because she says, there's probably more areas that I can't get past alone. That's literally the last place in the dungeon where she wouldn't be able to get past. You don't need move anywhere else in the dungeon. Is there? I'm pretty sure there... Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
I need to do a Djinn
I
setup.
haven't played this dungeon forever.
Yeah, who plays Glitchless anyway?
So setting gas crystal Isaac outspeed the lizard and you can just kill this thing or
which is also why I didn't heal. These guys hit really hard, but I didn't bother healing because I know I'm gonna outspeed him and he'll die. And I'm saving my heals for just a
Yeah.
little bit later.
Mia saying
like it.
thanks and just continues on, leaving us behind. And we follow her. Going
Take
through
some
a lot of
suboptimal
rooms
movement there. That ding that you hear is Jin recovering, so I take some suboptimal movement to get a single Jin recovery there. So we're going to heal up.
And
I'm
now
gonna
you
drain a
probably
little
move
bit of
cancel.
PP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So you can just
didn't want to do that last move cancel. That's alright. Doesn't really matter.
so you can just cancel move by pressing B, and yeah, waste a lot of PP really quick.
Yep, and we do that
No,
because we're
Mia
finally going to
joins.
do some retreat glitches.
Yeah, now Mia joins actually first, and then we go back a screen, or we menu here. Okay, that's also fine.
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
know
I
you
always
did
do I do the menu here.
Okay, fine. And you do the old setup, right?
Yep, which is, I drained to like
Yeah, fix
1.
it.
That's weird. Okay, we'll just do a reset there and we'll go. Doesn't really
Fine.
matter.
Yeah.
That was weird.
So we want to retreat glitch now. Like we said earlier, it's basically a wrong warp into a later part of the dungeon. Yeah.
Set up properly.
Let's
Oh,
double
okay,
check.
I'll show it. So like we come from this room through this door.
Yeah.
I'm now going to do a retreat glitch and we go to a different door. We
You want to
wrong
save now.
warp
You want
the
to
end of
save
the
now.
dungeon. It's a
You
good
want to
point.
save.
Yeah. Thank you, Carrie. You
Like,
are correct.
Like 50% of runs die here, please. And
Particularly
now we
to
have
this encounter.
Yeah.
This is an awful encounter. Yeah, I'm about to die.
So if anyone dies here, it's pretty much GG.
It's run over. Yeah, I have no ability
Yeah,
to revive
unless,
anyone.
unless you're desperate.
Oh, we got away.
Okay,
That's-
real life. Yeah.
Thankfully, though, Mia is a healer. Like, Mercury is generally the element of healing. So, we can heal. Wow, this is a lot of encounters. Nice attacks
yeah.
first, though. Yeah, nice
But
attacks
that's
first.
probably a third now.
There will be a third one, yeah. I'll save before Sleet as well. Sleet can one-shot you. Can one-hit kill people.
Yeah. And the reason we don't heal with Isaac right now is we actually want to use Retreat after Sleet, which is
Yeah.
the Jin you will do in just a second.
He's through this waterfall. So, we're going to save here so that
Also-
Sleet doesn't kill
So
us.
for everyone who played the game and is confused why we came from the other direction, we actually retreat to basically the end of
Oh
the
my
dungeon
God.
and just
Press the right buttons, man.
yeah. Now we defend with Ivan because he literally dies to everyone.
Oh, there we go.
Range is fine. Range is completely fine. The
That
problem is
kills
Frost here.
Garrett on target, Drench. So
Really?
Yep.
Never happened to me.
Well, he wasn't targeted. He's not 11. But we're fine. We made it
Learn
through.
something. I learned
We
something.
got through Sleet. That's good. Sleet is
Okay.
probably
Okay.
honestly the biggest run killer. Like more runs die to Sleet than just about anything else in the run.
There is a runner who actually called his elite split a super boss split.
Yep. There are
And,
backup strats where you use Granite to always survive Sleet, but it's really slow and kind of
Yeah,
sad.
nah. If you lose the
it's-
run, it.
Yeah,
then
you just go again.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
I agree. So now we're going to do another retreat glitch. We're going
Yeah,
to
from
come
next
back to
door.
this room, and we're going to use retreat glitch, and now we are at the very end of the dungeon.
Yeah, so what's actually interesting right now is
Let's
we're
do this.
not on the end of the dungeon per se, but we're on the end of the dungeon after the lighthouse was already activated, and you probably want to save here.
Yeah, I'm
just
going
in
to save here.
case.
Absolutely, I'm going to save here.
Yeah,
especially
so
doing
it's actually
old
just
straps.
already activated, and which means this cutscene is pretty messed up because the actors are not loading properly.
Yeah,
we will
because
see
we
why in just
didn't
a
get
second.
here normally.
Yeah, we're actually in the state
It's
where it's
kinda
already. We're in the Saturos defeated state already.
Yeah.
In the cutscene, but the cutscene still plays.
Yeah. So we loaded the Saturos defeated map state, but all of the quest triggers are for the pre-Saturos fight. So, which doesn't really break
so
anything
that's-
in this. Oh, it
that's-
does
so
break
there's
everything
Jenna.
in this fight. Yeah, you're right.
There's
There we go,
Jenna,
it does
but
break
there's no Jenna, and there's also no Kraden. And we have a Jenna face on screen now. Please,
Yeah.
Jenna face in the chat if you have the remote.
Yeah, so because the sprites aren't loading properly, the game doesn't really know where to draw the boxes for the faces. So it gets a little bit confused. It does go away, unfortunately. Actually, not unfortunately.
I
The game
mean,
kind of
not
breaks
yet.
if you
Not
leave
yet.
it.
There- Like Chronicle, what's better than one Jenna?
I don't know, Carrie. What is better than one Jenna?
Just give it a sec.
You went a little early on that, didn't you?
Yeah. Come on.
You went a lot early.
So,
Hey,
it's
look!
too generous.
What's better than 2 Jenners?
It's 3 behind the third one is behind the second one.
Oh, not better than 2 Jenners. Random text boxes
And some
getting
text
stuck.
boxes.
All right, you want to explain the Saturos fight while I focus?
Oh gosh. So Saturus is actually on a pattern, which I don't know on top of my head. It's attack, heat flash, fireball, and eruption as first action. So we do a very specific first turn, which we see right now of Ramsey.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus. Ramsey's Granite Slash and Narrate. Granite to reduce our damage, and now we just look which action he's gonna take. Oh,
Any
what
guesses?
do we have?
What's he gonna do?
Heat Flash. Always Heat Flash.
It's always Heat Flash. Oh, it's attack. Well, attack can be good.
Attack. Yeah, so attack is in his pattern 3 times, so we don't actually know what's happening now. And
Okay,
just in
attack
case
Heat
it's
Flash
eruption,
is not good.
Yeah, so just in case he uses eruption, we just defend it.
It's
And now we can 100% predict all his actions, just not who he targets. Like
this
that, he's on a
is
pattern.
probably the scariest pattern.
Yeah, so fireball.
Oh, it's a 4 target as well.
Yeah.
No.
So funny thing about this fight is that Ivan is actually the tank. Because he's in the level 2 Mars staff, and yeah. Satyrus is the Mars adept, so he's actually...
So if Mia gets targeted here, we reset.
Oh Jesus, 1 and 4, man.
Oh, she tanked it.
Oh gosh. Lucky roll.
Yeah.
So, and I think... Do you know use a mat?
Only when I need to.
Okay.
Basically on
Yeah,
Isaac when he's very low is the only time I'll use the nut. Although
Yeah,
I
I'm
might
never
need
sure
to
on
use it in
Mia.
this pattern.
Okay, so back to the fight. Mia is now, I think in your strats, there are several strats for this. And
Okay,
I'm
we're
not
okay.
usually using these ones, so give me a sec. I think she's just using Prism and Narrate whenever she can.
Yeah.
Is she healing?
Yeah, she heals.
Oh, and she also heals. Okay.
I threw an
And
extra
Isaac-
cure in here for safety because kind of need it. Where are we?
Yeah.
But we
So-
should be okay now. We should be able to get through this.
Yeah. And Isaac and Garrett just like Jin, basically.
Sweet.
This should be over soon.
Yeah, I think we're okay now. We got through the scary
Yeah.
turns. This fight should be fine now. Just slow. This is not a fast pattern, unfortunately.
No.
So then we're going to use Flint, Granite,
What's
Herb,
on-
and Nereid. And then he'll die. Flint, Granite... I mean, not on this turn, he won't. Herb and Nereid. So
should
Nereid,
be
by the way, is
next
the
turn, right?
turn 2 Mercury summon. Saturos is weak to Mercury attacks, as you can see by his the 3 exclamation marks next to damage. That means they're weak to that element.
And there's Eruption.
And there's
So
Eruption.
So if you don't defend or use Granite, Eruption basically kills you.
And we win.
Yeah. But
All right, we
Well
did it. We
played.
got through Saturos. That is a very sketchy pattern. People can die in that pattern because you have damage that you can't heal, followed by a powerful attack, and if you get poorly targeted, it is very, very sketchy. But we
Yeah,
did it.
so-
We made it.
yeah, we were lucky that Mia didn't die there.
Yeah, I thought she died to that target. I guess she tanks it. I guess she tanks that attack. That's not a range. She had 9 HP left. I guess she tanks that. I always thought she died there.
I mean, probably. I don't know who was.
And yeah, so a lot of people like to think the run starts after Saturos. Because Saturos, like, there's so many run killers in Mercury Lighthouse, and Saturos is a
Jeez.
run killer as well, so...
Nah, the run starts after Tread.
After Tret, yeah. Maybe.
Uh,
At least Tret, like... I'm not gonna say it. But maybe I will. Like, Tret
we
can be
talk
very,
about
very
talk
slow.
about it when we meet Jack.
It's hard to lose the run to Tret, though. It's just slow and awful.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the next dungeon.
Basically,
boss
now Alex is back and he saves Saturos, and they just talk. They do the whole villain talk, and then they teleport away.
Yep.
And no one stops them for whatever reason, and they're
Yep.
teleporting really slowly. So why didn't they cut them off? I don't know. game logic.
Yeah, who knows? Again, because Alex is useless and he doesn't ever actually do anything. Yeah, Saturos. Saturos is, it's always sigh of relief when you get past Saturos, particularly at a marathon. Saturos is designed to be a very difficult boss. He has more HP than the next two bosses we're going to fight. Right? The next couple of bosses are significantly easier, even for casual gameplay, than Saturos. Like, he is supposed to be hard. Yeah. Right, he has more HP than Killer Ape. Right? Like, he is supposed to be difficult, and he is difficult. The only reason we can really win this fight is because he's on a pattern, and so we basically have a script for every single possible outcome of the fight. Is the only way we can even really do this, which is nice. There's only really one other boss that's on a pattern in this run. So it's quite unusual. Maybe they did that to make him a little bit easier. They decided in playtesting that he was a little bit too hard if he wasn't a pattern boss.
I mean, actually, in this series, a lot of bosses have patterns, but most of them are not that obvious.
Yeah. Like, there's patterns where they will not use certain moves if it's not going to do anything, for example.
Or just one move if they have multiples that's on a cycle.
Yeah.
Well. So anyway, now Mercury Lighthouse is activated and we can get the Hermes Water to free the tree people. Which we should know already, but we skipped that part of the game.
Yeah, we skip all the cutscenes involved in that. You're supposed to go talk to Lord McCoy, who kind of tells you all these things. But we don't.
Does he not tell you to go to Colima, and in Colima you... Like, doesn't Tret tell you? I don't know.
Well, yeah, but
no one ever
Tret
watches
tells
these
you to get the water. Oh, they don't know. Laurel tells you to get the water by saying, or like hints at it if you use Mind Read. But McCoy tells you about the trees and how the trees are actually people.
Yeah, so McCoy, yes, Bilibin is actually Scotland.
And McCoy is actually Macbeth.
Yeah.
Most of the towns and cities in this game are based on something in real life, which is quite cool.
Shoutouts to Taupo being New Zealand.
Shoutouts to all 5 getting an action as well, and having to heal straight away.
Unfortunately, in this game, we won't go to Ayers Rock.
No, Ayers Rock, yeah. Also, that name did not age well. Yeah, I'm getting just awful encounters. So when you flee, there is only a percentage chance that any given enemy gets an action. And in both of those cases, every enemy got an action every time. That was terrible. That was really slow. Yeah, basically now we're backtracking, and the awful encounter stuff is going to end very soon. For at least for a little bit.
Yeah, so once we're out of here, of course we heal up first, and then we have a neat little synergy in the Mercury class named Avoid.
Oh, this is
Avoid
bad.
basically...
Oh, no!
Please don't die.
Oh, Mia with the tank. Triple fail. Love that.
Okay, so back to Avoid.
Heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to Avoid.
Avoid actually... I think if you want to describe it, a lot of people actually don't know how Avoid works. Basically a repel from Pokemon. If you are over a certain level threshold of the area, just suppresses all encounters.
Yeah, well, I mean, people don't know how it works because even the game tells it wrong, right? If you look, Avoid says it encounter fewer monsters. Makes it sound like it reduces the encounter rate, but that's not how it works. Every area in the game has a defined average level. And if your average party level is above that defined level threshold, Avoid will suppress all encounters, right? I take no encounters right now. If your average party level is below that threshold, Avoid does nothing. Literally nothing.
First?
Yep.
Yeah,
so because we run away from most things and we end up underleveled, Avoid is only useful in very few areas in this run. Basically here is the only time it's useful. Running around these areas.
And, I mean, we'll use it one more time later on.
Yeah, but that's still to run through the same overworld area.
Yes.
So Avoid also works in this screen, but in the next screen, the level threshold or the defined level threshold is above our average party level. So now Avoid doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, we would need one more level on a character, and we timed it. Getting that level just takes forever.
Yep. We used to do it before we started running away from everything in the overworld on the way to Mercury Lighthouse. We used to get enough levels to be able to use a void through here, but running away from stuff is still just faster. Taking those encounters, it just takes too long to get.
So shout out to this puzzle that for years in the task, this puzzle was solved suboptimally.
Was it really?
Yes.
What did the task do?
They pushed the log down again instead of up.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's why certain runners also did that.
Yeah. That's fine.
And now we probably meet the puzzle that made people cry as kids.
Yeah.
And I will say nothing about this. Just look
in the dungeon you're supposed to go to before Mercury Lighthouse. And it's a very complicated series of pushing these logs to get it. We don't need it, so we solve the puzzle like that. A single log push to get to the exit.
I was there for hours as a kid.
And the funny thing is, you don't even need to solve this puzzle to get the fur coat. You can actually get it from the other side of the log barrier. Shout outs to was it Baal who figured that out?
It was
yeah,
Baal.
Made it his life's dream to figure out how to get the fur coat without solving the puzzle. Found a way to do it, and it was completely useless until arbitrary code execution was discovered, and then finally we had a use for the fur coat. Also, shout outs to like 1 pixel. All right, Tret still running away from stuff, and you know, encounters in this dungeon are not that scary. That you can just take a lot of them. And we come to there's another Djinn to fight here as well, which is Breeze.
Yeah, I got a CBS today, my practice run, so I hope better luck for you. CBS wins left to be exact.
Nice. So we got a stun. Stun. We found out way too late that if you have a stun or a sleep, I didn't get it. You get a guaranteed flee for whatever reason. It's a bug. It's not intended. You run away guaranteed if you are stunned.
And it's only in this game.
And it's only in this game. They fixed it for TLA.
Unfortunately. So in the second game, you have an area where you get put to sleep basically every other encounter, and you don't have a guaranteed flee, so most of the time you just die.
Oop.
Fun.
Yeah, fun. This is going shockingly well.
No,
Getting a lot of good please. Let's try again. Try the insta. I'm not good at insta climbs. No, missed it again.
Yeah, same.
I think I'm going too early.
So this guy over here is Breeze. I don't think we will ever use Breeze for its ability, but just to spam summon.
I think we use it. Oh no, we don't. No, we don't ever use Breeze.
So Breeze would actually increase resistance.
Oh, fun. He ran away. This is why I do this. There's a couple of different ways to kill Breeze. They're all about as fast as each other. I do this one because there's no way to kill him where he doesn't get an action. So if he's gonna run away, just let him do it.
So please don't run away a second time into CBS, please. Please not give us this pattern. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, so Breeze, completely useless on its own, but good for summoning. At least for our purpose.
Yeah, his ability's not that good.
I mean, it's fine, but like he increases resistance, and resistance decreases elemental damage, so late game damage. But we don't really care because we have Granite and later on another similar ability.
Yeah, what we really want is to get 3 Jupiter Djinn, because the tier 3 Jupiter summon is the second fastest action in the entire game behind a single attack. And if you get a critical hit on that single attack, it's slower than Procny, which is the tier 3 Jupiter summon. So once we get the tier 3 Jupiter summon, we start killing stuff again, because suddenly it becomes faster to kill things, and I should definitely heal. Yeah, man, my menuing is so bad today. I'm going to try it one more time. Oh, I still didn't get it. So there's a frame perfect input where you can instant climb and instant drop up and down ladders and vines and stuff, and I'm terrible at it. You basically you hold down for 14 frames, and on the 15th frame you press up, and then you instantly climb to the top. All right, Tret.
So now somehow miraculously Isaac's legs are not broken.
Yeah, despite falling all the way down the tree.
Yeah. So a little Djinn menu right now just to rearrange some stuff, with, like giving Fever and Flint to Isaac for damage purposes, and the rest is not really important, and putting Mia into slot 1. Do we want to explain why already? Or
yeah, you can explain why.
Okay, so basically just saying Mia and Ivan are probably the least tanky character of this game, and both abilities target 3 characters. So we just try to minimize the damage they take.
Yeah, by putting the tanky guys in the middle,
Yeah,
they're more likely to take more damage, so it gives you just a little bit more survival. Oh wow, she's double attack. Mia with the outspeed there, so good strat decision by me to not use the Ramses.
Yeah.
So this was a really good fight.
Also, what we saw right now,
right?
Conical.
Yeah.
But we've seen, Conical uses Kirin, I think. Did you do that?
Eva. Yeah. So we get a rainbow kill.
Yeah.
So by killing enemies with a Jin that they are weak to, you get a very high percentage chance, in the case of Trep, but for most times a guaranteed chance at what's called a rainbow kill, which is where they flash rainbow colors at the end. And that gives you a little bit more experience. So we have a level threshold that I'm trying to reach for Colosso, which doesn't happen for like another hour. But there's a couple of battles where we're going to take these rainbow kills in order to gain just a little bit more experience, so we don't have to get that experience from battles, which is nice.
Yeah.
So the Trep one's not really that useful. If you miss it, it's not that bad. The next boss, which is Killer Abe, that one's actually quite useful. You get quite a lot of the experience boost from that, which is nice.
So we also rearrange characters for menuing optimization.
Yes, because every character you can't load all of your Jin onto one character, which is annoying because there's times that we would very much like to do that. Make sure we don't accidentally use it on yourself. The Hermes water on yourself. Because you have
never happened.
Every character has to have the same number of Jin before you can add an extra Jin to another character. And so when you collect Jin, they load into just the first available character slot. So some of the rearranging of orders of characters is also to do with who gets what Jin where to cut down on some menuing, and also, like Carrie said, menu optimization for getting to synergies that we need and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of reasons that we put Mia in slot 1. It's quite useful having her there. And we won't change it again. We'll stay with this party setup for the rest of the run.
So basically we just dump a lot of items in Mia's inventory.
Yeah.
And,
hopefully it doesn't fill up. Her inventory can fill up.
Yep.
Actually, I take it back. It is actually quite nice if she does, because then at the end, the Gaia Blade just goes straight to Isaac.
I mean, even if the last 2 items go to Isaac, it's fine.
Yeah.
Or it should be fine.
Yep. And the reason we don't always know how many items end up in Mia's inventory is because there are random drops that you can get from battles. Two of them very useful, some of them not so much. In particular, there's two in the next dungeon that I would like to get, which are the Crystal Powder and the Bramble Seed, which are... They do synergy damage, and both of them are very useful.
Yeah, they are... I don't know the attack value on top of my head, but they're like level 18 synergies like that you normally learn on level 18, which we will probably not reach. I think my average is 17, mostly. Alright,
so that's the end of Avoid's usefulness.
Yeah.
So the whole reason we go
is faster on average again.
Yeah, now fleeing is faster on average. They're going to Mercury Lighthouse and healing Tret and everything was all just so we could get that bridge put down.
Yep.
No, let's just do it like this, eh? Let's do that.
So setting all Jin setting all Jin just to get our stats, and now we just pray.
Yeah, these are basically the Mercury Lighthouse encounters again.
This is not a good encounter.
Yeah, people dying in this Overworld run is not the end of the world because we run straight past the guy anyway. I just don't want everyone to die because then we go all the way back to Bilibin. Which would be not good. Okay, we're fine. Not the end of the world.
Okay. So now we're in Fujin Temple. And we go up to this guy over here and mind read him because he's not reacting to
optimal mind read. Love that.
Nice. Yeah, and he lets us participate in a trial to learn the Psi or key, I think. Like, this is a weird side story.
Yeah, all of this is basically a side quest. Like, this is not required. Yeah. You do all of this and you get the Synergy Force, which helps you get through Mogul Forest. But it only shows you the path. The path still exists through Mogul Forest.
So
you don't actually have to do any of this.
When this game, Force does literally nothing.
Yeah. The only reason we're doing this, and I should definitely heal. The only reason we're doing all of this is because there is a Jin here called Zephyr.
And it's Jupiter. Yeah, Zephyr is awesome.
Yes. Zephyr is awesome because he buffs your agility, which is awesome. And also he's a Jupiter Jin, which will be our 3rd Jupiter Jin. So I think technically it would be, oh, come on again. It is technically, if you get perfect fleas, and the TAS used to do this. Oh wow, I even got a terrible encounter. Great RNG manipulation.
Jesus.
It is faster to go without Zephyr if you can manipulate RNG.
Please don't die. Oh Jesus.
That's just painful.
Might it be faster to just death walk?
Honestly, it might be. Oh no.
Okay.
Right, that's alright.
Okay, rewind 2 minutes. It's not so bad if someone dies here, because the guy is right there.
Well, it's not so bad if someone dies in the overworld, because you have to run straight past the guy. When you have to retreat out of a dungeon to come and talk to him, it's awful. That's the only room where there's encounters as well.
Let's just pretend this didn't happen. We go in there again, we might reach and Nyompa, and now we go in there for the first time.
So Fusion Temple is an optional dungeon. The only thing you get is Force. Oh, man.
Yeah. And we only go in here to get a Jin.
To get a Jin, Zephyr. Yeah. Honestly, Zephyrus might actually have been faster in this case. Oh man.
Okay.
All right. Let's try this again. Let's heal me. I don't give a crap.
So by the way, getting the encounter in here is pretty unlikely, so we should see it.
Oh, are you kidding me, game? Welcome to no save and quit running. Oh, that was painful.
This is great. And now we use
so well.
rope just to drain PP, so we can retreat glitch over here and
also,
go
this is not a retreat
tab.
glitch thing. This path always exists. This is not a retreat glitch thing.
And now we're just right in front of Zephyr over there, and
I don't remember how
I'm not saying anything now to not jinx it, but luck, Conical.
Nereid, Fever, Kieran, Ramses. That's how you kill him. Nereid, Fever. Oh. Kieran, Ramses. Don't do it. Hey, he didn't run away. Nice.
Oh no. Oh.
No, it's fine. It's Stormray. So Stormray can kill Ivan, and Zephyr can run away, and Zephyr running away is very, very, very slow.
Yeah. I just saw the animation on Ivan.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, we did it. First try.
Yeah. So now we have Zephyr.
Oh, we
now
get to do
we
retreat
can just
glitch.
spam Frogny. I mean,
We also
depends
get
on
to
your
do the
gen
retreat
recovery.
glitch.
Depends on your gen recovery.
Don't need gen recoveries. So I'm going to do the retreat glitch way out of here. So normally we would retreat, but instead if you don't have enough PP, you can retreat glitch through this door and it just takes you to the exit, and it's actually no slower. It's within a couple of frames the same speed. You don't really lose any time doing it.
Now we're in Moga Forest and we see an ape.
Yeah,
we will never see this ape again.
The game wants you to use force on those apes, and they show you the way through the forest, but, I know the way through the forest, because, believe it or not, I've played this game a few times before. So I kind of know where I'm going.
You can also just brute force it.
You can also just brute force it, yeah.
Also, by the way, shoutouts to the nuts.
Shoutouts to literally the worst encounter to get here.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you didn't do the same.
Because I don't do the gym recoveries, I just issue Cockney, and this is the only encounter that causes you problems if you do that strat.
So shouts to the nuts that you can actually get with catch. And there's some weird bug if you get one nut, some other despawns.
We do also have catch, but we never use it. They gave it to us at the start of the game, and it's useless.
It's useless in both games, that's the best part. And now we just Frogny everything, and using Frogny with Mia right now just because we want Frogny to be the last action taken, so we skip the powering up cutscene that usually comes at the end, which says something like Mia's Jupiter power is increased by 30 or something.
Yeah. So, oh my god, come on. So on fights that require more than one action, we skip like one line of text by doing stuff with Mia. Which, saves frames. Oh, actually, it's the line of text and also the animation, I guess.
Yeah, it's like this whole thing.
Yep. But I'm getting very unlucky
And
because
now,
most things in here don't require 2 actions, so I'm getting a little bit unlucky.
And now we pray that this guy plays along.
Yeah.
If he runs away, this is a minute time loss.
Yeah, literally a minute. You lose about 60 seconds, or 45 to 60 seconds if he flees, depending on encounters. Am I going to get a recovery?
I don't think he can kill you. At least it's not known to me how he could.
Not without an attacks first, no. CBS, sorry. Fever, Flashbolt.
So for the same...
Oh, come on!
Okay.
Why, dude?
We couldn't have said anything.
Man, that is just awful.
You mean fun?
Yeah, fun.
I
We're having
don't have
fun.
the clown costume with me.
Alright, reset the room. And we go again. Hope it's better this time. Man, this is not a good run. That's okay. Lucky we have a big estimate. This was actually a really good run back to Quartz. That was really good.
You didn't set up.
Summons go! Summons go!
Fine. This is probably fine.
Not with the Ivan Tugger. Okay, we're fine. We survived.
Yeah. So now we just lose a ton of time because of these animations.
Yeah, I have no idea if this is even going to kill. It's a lot of summons. This has got to kill, right?
Yeah, Ramsey's 40,
Flareball maybe?
Flareball.
Yeah, nice. Okay, well,
yes,
there
it's
we
fine.
go. We died.
And now we just...
That exists. That's a way. That's one way to do that.
Can you please go the lock push route just for the steps?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm also going to heal. Yeah, I do this anyway. It's no slower and you take fewer encounter steps, so it's better. Shoutouts to Ollie for coming up with that strap. Alright, we're fine. Cool, well that's not how you do Quartz.
No.
He flees and then you do the wrong strap. Love it.
Classic.
One day I'll do a run in a marathon that isn't awful. One day. So I keep, by the way, I'm setting 1 Jin on Mia. Because that gives her, puts her in a class that gives her a bit of agility. And it doesn't matter if it's a Mars or a Venus Jin for that agility boost, or for that class boost. Both of those classes
we
are
actually
good for her.
go out of our way to get an item, which is the Elven shirt, which boosts, or which multiplies actually, the agility by 1.5.
This is the best item in the game.
Yeah.
Without, not even a question, it is the best item in the game.
Yeah, we equip it on Mia for now, just so she outspeeds the enemies.
Yeah, it means I also don't have to set a Jin on her anymore, because she will just outspeed naturally. Which is good. And eventually it will go to Ivan, and he will outspeed almost everything for the entire rest of the game. There's like a kill. Probably gonna
last screen of dungeon.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, one more, and then we probably set up for the boss.
Yep. So the next boss, Killer 8, is easier than Saturos.
Yeah, who would have thought it's an ape?
How long that was. Yeah, I know. Who would have thought it's an ape in a dungeon full of apes?
Yeah.
And hey, look, there's that ape again.
And there's the green ape, and now we get a turkey, or...
Oh! Double input. That's alright.
Okay, now what's this color? It's not really blue, it's really green. It's weird. And now I don't want to say anything.
Killer Ape can be a run killer. He has a couple of attack patterns. He's not a pattern-based boss, but there are some attack combinations that we really don't want him to use. This is one of them.
Like Ransack?
Okay, yeah, like Ransack. Ransack's alright.
So Ransack on Ivan would have been a problem. Or Warcry on anyone.
Yeah, but he's safe enough that I am killing him in a very particular way to try and get a rainbow kill on him. Like, there are ways to kill him much more safely, but he's safe enough that we can go for some slightly different, or some slightly more optimal strats, which is good. Hopefully he doesn't use bind on Garrett. Garrett's really slow. He's the only one that doesn't outspeed him here. And he has a synergy blocking ability. Don't use it. And no, okay, it's alright. It's just Isaac, not the end of the world. Yeah, so this was a good fight. It's only one more turn. It's only a 3-turn fight. Attack, fever, attack. Oh, that's bad. That's supposed to be plasma. He might not. I don't think he's going to die now. Nope. Okay. That's bad. I did bad things. Oh, and he dodged it. That's alright. He'll just die on this turn. We just won't get the rainbow kill. It's not the end of the world. I should only need one.
This is totally fine.
Okay, the plasma killed him.
Just, it's fine.
Oh, even the prism just killed him. Yeah, it's fine. Loses a bit of time. Like, it doesn't matter.
Now we got the Douse drop, which actually teaches someone Douse, which is the synergy used in the field that does exactly what you expect. It's just
don't die, please.
It's just water. But you can equip it to someone, and this person learns it. You will use later on.
Oh, this is bad. Bad things are happening.
By the way, you don't want to see these apes in the overworld because they are quite literally stronger than everything else you can encounter. Since they're mini bosses.
Set up for a fun trick here.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get it.
And doing this menu in real time, just so you end exactly when the girl is over there. And now, if we did everything correctly, we should use Frost.
Yeah, Frost. So if I use Frost on this, by standing in the exact right position, you can clip onto the pillar.
Yeah.
And it saves 5 seconds getting to the gym.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
So you save time in the menu. It's basically a free menu if you do it fast enough, which I did, which is good. And then you save a little bit of time by getting that frost pillar. I think there's 2 or 3 pixels that you can be standing on to make that work. So it's not super precise, but getting into the position fast is quite precise. Don't do it.
Yeah, we mapped it out at some point. It's actually quite lenient. Oh, please don't.
This is really awful.
And now
into this setup so that I can.
And now get the Corona jokes out of there, because now we're gonna fight Corona.
I should probably have
Which, by the way, is not actually the disease, but.
Please don't.
Can you please stop making this so suspenseful?
The joys of no save and quit.
If you missed this game.
Oh, so much. All right, now we're gonna catch Corona. Insert. Oh, double input.
So and now.
Oh, he can just run away. Man, how many?
Couldn't come up with literally anything better because Neptune is quite slow.
Neptune's terrible. Yeah. If I got a crystal powder, there is a faster way to kill him, but I didn't get a crystal powder.
Also Bramble Seed.
So. Also Bramble Seed, but I save the Bramble Seeds for the living statues, if I have one. It's also using a lot of synergy here. A lot of summons here is bad because lots of recoveries. So I set things up in such a way that we don't, so that I can get all the Jupiter Gym back on 1 tick because forest and
at least dying now wouldn't be that bad.
I mean, it's not great.
It's not great, but in the next town we will just run by the Sanctum anyway.
True.
So
that's
one
true.
more encounter probably, and then that's it.
I might get lucky. Did not. Oh, it's these apes, man.
What?
Oh, we got away from that one.
What's with these apes today?
I'm just getting all of the. If this was like an actual run that I'd had a decent start on, and I got this mid game, I would be screaming at my computer.
Well,
I might. My Wii
get a nice Jerry, by the way.
Yeah, I got it. That was a good Jerry.
Well, the NPC up there, I think it was Bluza who called him Jerry, because he always stood in his way, and at some point you just gave him a name. And
yeah, there's one in Vault as well. There's the old woman in Vault, and then there's that other woman. I call her Karen, because for the same reason. Yeah, the random wanderings of NPCs is RNG based, and sometimes they stand right where you want to go, and you have to wait for them to move, and it's awful.
At some point, we just decide, like, some people in the community call every bad NPC like Jerry's grandma, Jerry's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually became a meme. And look at this monster actually going over the bridge and going up the ladder instead of just jumping up the cliff.
Yeah. Also teaching you how to use Frost.
Tutorial.
Yeah, Frost tutorial after we could have already used it for the first time.
Yep. and then he just, yeah. I want to say takes a sip, but the other way around.
Decides to go and vomit water out into the... which has
didn't want to
flooded the
say
town, which is kind of gross.
Now, actually, something I wanted to explain earlier is sometimes those Chronicle uses summons who are not yet ready, but the Jin that is needed to make the summon ready will be used before the summon, and that's why the summon actually can be used in the same turn.
Yeah, so I started the turn with 2 Mars Jin on standby, and then used Fever, which puts Fever on standby, and because that happened before Garrett used Tiamat, which is the tier 3 Mars summon, he can still use it, because by the time it gets to Garrett's turn, you have 3 Mars Jin on standby.
Yeah,
So by
now,
knowing, having very careful control of your character's abilities, you can use a Jin and summon it on the same turn, which is very cool.
And now instead of doing the Frost tutorial, we just left.
Yeah, we just leave.
Because we need tutorials anyway. And
now we get
we're
the
back
worst
to-
dungeon in the game. What is now the worst
I would say
dungeon in the
second
game.
worst. I would say second worst.
You know what? I'm going to take this. Maybe I should. Oh, please. First
Oh,
try.
poison fang.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I did not get that first try. So we
Okay,
didn't even
actually, we want-
explain poison yet. Go, explain.
So actually, this entire dungeon, back in the day, before we did anything with poison, we used to just run through the dungeon and skip half of it. Not completing it, never getting to synergy at the end, nothing.
Yeah, there's a reasonably early retreat
Yeah.
glitch you can do that will just
Yeah.
warp you all the way to the end of the dungeon.
So then it was, when was it exactly? I think it was 2021.
Yeah, something like
And
that.
what people found out that the poison switch is kind of weird in that it actually changes your Z coordinate whenever you get a poison.
Yeah, look,
tick.
I'll show an example. So when you take a poison tick, Isaac jumps a little bit.
Yeah.
And that jump
was
is
right.
actually changing your Z coordinate.
Yeah. And people found out how to buffer these jumps, let's call them jumps, and abuse them, which we will see in a couple of minutes to get a Jin, and also later on to skip a whole segment of the game.
Yeah,
And
so
what
that
they
then
wanted
basically
to- oh.
turned Alton into a big long dungeon, because the part of the game we skip means we actually need the ability Lift, which you get at the end of this dungeon. That meant we had to do the entire dungeon, and this is also the only
Yep.
real place where we can get poison. So the goal
aside
of this
from
dungeon,
Manticore.
but that's
Getting
terrible.
poisoned on Manticore is kind of terrible.
Yeah. So the whole point of this dungeon is to get poison, and on good runs, you never get poisoned. The fact that
Oh,
I
yeah,
got it on
slime
the
slime.
first try of the first encounter is just made a lot of people probably very angry,
So-
including myself.
So basically, you can get poisoned by 2 enemies. These are the slime beasts and the spiders. Generally, we prefer the slime beasts just because. Oh god, I'm not. Are they Mercury aligned? I think they're Mercury aligned.
You just need a little bit of extra damage.
No.
Oh,
no,
the slime
I mean,
beasts, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
think
have
their
no
attack is.
idea.
Well, anyway, which we are quite weak against, and the spiders, Poison Fang, which we saw, is actually Venus aligned, which is we are quite resistant against. Which is why it's actually more likely that we get poisoned by the slime beast than the spiders. But we just got lucky.
But also, by more likely, they don't have to use the abilities that give you poison,
Yes.
and as you say, they don't always proc, so it's common. The
Yeah.
general strategy is when you get an encounter that can poison you early on, you use Procny with either Garrett or Isaac because they get outsped, and so you have a chance to get it, and then you start grinding for poison by just defending through stuff later in the dungeon. I just decided this is a good encounter, just take it early and be done with it, and I got it on the first try, so it was actually really
the
fast.
the entire problem with this is
Nice,
the
level 11.
further we go into the dungeon, we have different encounter tables, and the further we go, the less likely it is to encounter poison encounters. So we kind of want to poison early just to get it.
Yeah.
And now
Exactly
we
right.
just we got the Frost Jewel from the Living Statue and the Douse Drop from Killer Ape and just put them on Isaac, and I think you use Garrett.
I use Garrett for Frost, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter for Frost.
It doesn't really matter. I like Garrett just because you can heal.
Yeah.
Some people use Ivan, but you can heal with Ivan, so you can get into PP issues with Ivan. So I just find it better to use Garrett.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's not really relevant, but
It
Douse
doesn't really
on
matter.
Isaac. Douse on Isaac is the relevant thing here because Douse takes
Nice.
5 PP I think to cast, and it's just excellent to drain PP later on.
Yeah, so at the very end of the game, it's really nice because there's a lot of douses that you need to use with some with a retreat glitch not long after it, so it's really nice to have it on Isaac for that. I should probably start running from this. I've hit my level thresholds. I should probably flee from this.
So right now we do before this we drain PP with growth, which we only get when Isaac is in the Mars class, and this is kind of I forgot the word. Like it's not.
Yeah. I don't know what class he's in.
Not preferred to do.
I can still kill this. So there's a lot of different ideas and philosophies on how you should take encounters in this dungeon. I generally flee from most stuff once I hit a level threshold, a particular level threshold, which is level 11 on Isaac. But that can be quite sketchy. I think it's generally faster on average to do it that way, but I'm being safe for this.
Especially in a marathon.
Yeah, especially in a marathon. I'll probably end up with way too much way too much
the good thing about level 11 right now is that we can use a faster kill on this living statue.
Yeah, so Sibel, which is the tier 3 Venus summon, is the Time Lossosaurus. It's unbelievably slow. We don't use it unless we absolutely have to. But in this particular case, it is faster because the living statue doesn't get an action. Isaac outspeeds him at level 11. So it is actually a little bit faster to use Sibel. It's one of the few times we use Sibel. Because, like I said, Sibel is the Time Lossosaurus. The action is very, very slow.
Yeah, and now we're done with this cave and go down the other cave over here.
So now we're going to see the first use of poison.
I mean, the entire story of this is that the living statue just flooded the town and we kind of saved them by defeating the living statues. And yeah, there's an ominous rock up there, which we can't pass, so we go to the right.
Encounter, please? Thank you.
This encounter is actually important, just so we won't get interrupted in the next trick, and please don't. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Oh,
yeah. So now we heal and drain PP if we need to.
Who else needed a heal? Oh, lots of people. Alright,
and retreat glitch again. And now we have a quite specific setup to trigger the poison jump at the exact right moment to interact with Spritz. Without even touching the puzzle in this room.
Yeah, the puzzle to get to Spritz is very, very long. It takes like 2 minutes to solve the puzzle. It's a very, very long, convoluted, another one of the minecart puzzles where you have to flip the switches in a certain way. But by doing this Spritz, because our Z coordinate raised by just enough, the game thinks we're on a different level. And it's reasonably precise, but not. It's a couple of frames you have. It's like somewhere around 10 frames. I don't know exactly how many frames it is, but it's reasonably good. And the setup is pretty good. But it is missable.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just gonna run from that. That's not worth taking.
Once you get the feeling, it's actually quite easy to do. Yeah. Yeah, now we just go to the end of the dungeon from here on out.
Yeah, so there is a boss in this dungeon, the Hydros statue, and behind the Hydros statue, or the reward for killing the Hydros statue is, I'm going to kill this because I don't want to take any damage on Isaac. The reward for the Hydros statue is lift, so yay, lift is...
Yeah, so we will kill the Hydros statue, right?
Absolutely, we'll kill the Hydros statue. Why would we not kill the Hydros statue?
It's a boss, right?
It's a boss. We kill the bosses. Oh my god, that's one way to heal everyone. Unfortunately, we got to run all the way there through encounters.
Remember when we talked about Camelot taking attention to details? You're kind of expecting their force at this point to solve a little puzzle. Not even a puzzle, but just use it.
Yeah, you need to use it to
have
progress to
force.
actually get to the
Yeah.
Hydros statue.
Yeah.
But
We
we
don't
don't
have
have
force.
force.
Yeah, and Garrett is kind of an idiot.
Really. That's putting it mildly. But his idiot pig-headedness actually comes in handy here. I should have healed just in
Yes.
case. That's right. No encounters in this room, thank God. Oops. So we run all the way through here. Still no encounters. So you're supposed to use force here on this log. But we
Watch
don't have
for falling
force.
rocks. Don't strike the log. And then Garrett just jumped.
Yeah, the
And
sign says don't
apparently-
strike the rock, and Garrett's just like, don't tell me
Yeah.
what to do, and he kicks it.
How does Garrett have so much force in him that he can just do the same as magic?
Yeah, now we get some Indiana Jones stuff.
And thank God we didn't have to remember that labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now there's
A giant hole in the ground.
giant hole.
With a
And
boss
this
at the
leads to the
bottom.
boss, right? Which we will totally beat.
Definitely kill. We're gonna kill the boss. We always kill bosses.
Yeah. Haven't skipped a single boss yet.
No.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna try one more
What are
time.
you doing?
Oh, I did it!
Oh, nice.
Insta-climb. There
Yeah,
go.
we totally beat the boss. By which
Kill
we
the
mean we
boss.
run around, we run behind him out of bounds and just grab lift from out
Yeah,
of bounds.
and just like pick up lift out of the chest,
Just always there.
and
Oh,
then
more like
we have
that's-
lift, so we can
that's
just retreat out.
Yeah, so just stored out of bounds there.
Nice,
just
got the
get it.
insta-climb version. Normally, I manage my PP through there in order to have a retreat glitch, because retreat glitch turns off the loading zone as well, so you can just retreat glitch your way out if you can't do the insta-climb. But I got it. Nice. That makes me happy. That makes up for all the terrible RNG.
And yeah, now we just run into the next cutscene more or less. After we beat this dungeon with more apes. Like,
Apes
what's with
everywhere.
all these apes today?
Yeah, thankfully they haven't been too big of a problem, which is nice.
Yeah.
They can be, and of course I'm gonna get a CBS 8 now. Actually, I don't
and
think I've
this
had a
is a-
CBS this run
and-
yet, which is
yeah.
good.
Now,
They're saving it for the late game. Oh,
and
come
now
on,
we're in
again.
Llama Temple, and if anyone needs a bathroom break, this
Yeah,
is an
now's the
excellent time. Because we have more cutscenes.
We haven't had cutscenes for a while, so we got to get one in.
Yeah. So this is the Master of the Llama Temple, that's Master Hammer. And yeah, she's totally not Ivan's sister.
Yep, definitely not. We know,
And they have different colored hair, they can't be related, like Felix and Jenna can't be related, right?
Yep, of course, because all siblings
Yeah.
share the same color hair. This is known. That's
Yeah.
how genetics work. Trust me, I'm a scientist.
Actually biology, right?
Yeah, I literally am a molecular biologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long cutscene. She's a Jupiter adept, like Ivan. One of the Jupiter adepts' other abilities is they can see the future a little bit, which none of the Jupiter adepts that ever join us can do that. Would be very useful. But she's kind of seen them coming and knows that she has to help out Ivan by teaching him Reveal. Reveal, you normally learn Reveal, or you're supposed to learn Reveal in, like, world lore at Ayers Rock by climbing to the top of Ayers Rock, and then you get given Reveal.
Imagine being in a 15-minute dungeon to get reveal and not just sit through a 3-minute cutscene.
I know, right? I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, instead, we're going to get Reveal just transferred to us. We're just going to get given it for free, which is nice.
Yeah.
Also,
and then
because
there's
Ayers Rock
some-
doesn't exist in this game, so...
Yeah. And then there's some side plot with girl from the Chinese town we were earlier and her friend who was lost, and we will completely ignore them because we don't actually need to save the boy.
Yeah, there's like a whole drama llama thing going on where
No.
Master Hammer tried to give this girl the ability to see the future even though she wasn't an adept, and it didn't really work, and then Soul Sanctum Mount Aleph and Soul Sanctum erupted because of us. Oops. And the Synergy Stones that I've been picking up everywhere, those little purple crystals that restore all of my PP. One of them hit her in the head, and then suddenly she got the ability to see the future a little bit, and no one believes her. So there's this
Also,
whole
fun
drama
fact
llama
that-
thing about how her daddy won't listen to her.
Yeah. Also, fun fact about her: is it her boyfriend, her friend? I'm not exactly sure.
Sue, I think it's just a dude.
And I mean, just calling her friend.
Yeah.
Like in the first game, he's called Sue. In the second game, he has a different name
I
for
can't remember
some
what his
reason,
different name is yet.
like
Silly.
Eunuch or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trapped
Like,
under
it's
a
a-
rock. And we're
Yeah.
supposed to go and help him. And we're going to say, yeah, we'll go and help him. And then we're not.
We
He's
just
gonna die.
leave.
Fun fact, the first time I
So-
ran this at a marathon was at ASM. And somebody actually gave a donation to save Sue. But Worcester, who was doing hosting, didn't actually read the donation until I got to like
So if
Venus
someone
Lighthouse.
wants to donate, if someone wants to donate to save Sue,
you have about 30 seconds.
and it has to be read on time.
Yeah. And also, please don't, because it comes with a very long cutscene after it. But yeah, it was very funny when I like, Worcester, do we have any donations? Yeah, saves you. Well,
Oh.
I got some bad news. He's probably dead by now.
I mean, they
Is that
save
like canon that he dies if
No,
you
no.
don't save him?
No, no,
Oh,
they
they
g-
do save him?
He gets saved.
Ah, that's disappointing.
And
No, I
we
mean,
talked
yeah,
about
good
our-
for him.
We talked about our 3 Water of Lives earlier. This is the second Water of Life.
Yeah, this is Water of Life number 2.
Yeah, this is completely optional to get, but everyone will get it just because it's quite convenient.
Very fast and, yeah,
Yeah.
it's in a really nice spot.
So, and now you learn reveal, and you're supposed to reveal the oasis in this dungeon.
Oh, that's a...
Just because it's really, really hot in here, and our characters do not like the heat.
That was an encounter, right?
And you see the gauge at the left. If this is filled, we just take damage. And we literally don't care. So we just
Is this
will...
kill double target kills here, right? I don't need to...
Yeah, pretty sure.
Boreas the Salamander? Yeah, it does. Oh, oil drop.
Nice.
That's not useful at all.
A little bit late.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
useful early on, but not here. So I'm taking very specific movement path through here in order to take these heat procs because we have a fun trick we can do.
Yep.
Which is skip most of the dungeon by just going straight to the boss, but it requires a very specific
Also-
setup to do it.
Also, we got reveal, but we actually don't really use it until like one usage at the end of the game. So if we could skip that, we would never need reveal.
Yeah, reveal's not actually that useful in this game. I'll use it once here and then a couple of other times to get some items, but yeah, we don't actually use it that often.
Yeah, use it to get 2 gins, and
Oh my
One,
god, these encounters are terrible.
yeah, basically, please let us skip reveal, man. Or don't. Would also be quite awful.
Did that a
Yeah,
little bit wrong, that's
so-
okay. Has just occurred
So
to me
get the
that I did all
yeah.
of my practice in No Cutscene Patch, which has a different setup for this.
Uh,
Now I
it's
have
also
to
works
remember
on
how to
this.
do this setup when I
No,
haven't done
no,
it for a while.
no cutscene setup also works in vanilla.
Nah, we're
It's
gonna
fine.
do the real one. We'll do the proper setup. I think I remember how it works.
Yeah, you're not allowed to hold B in this. So that's the
Yeah,
only thing
I know
have.
you have to walk. So,
So this trick coming up was found in a couple years ago during setup for HDQ.
yeah,
because
Plexa found
you-
this by accident. just stuffing
Yeah,
around.
so for this version of the trick, you're actually not allowed to hold B to run. Which, why would you ever do that in a speedrun?
Oop, almost used barriers.
And he was just fooling around for AGDQ setup and found this.
Yeah.
And now we're outbound. And now
Yeah,
we go
it
to
just-
the
it-
location
Oh, I need
00,
to- God, I need to.
also called the top left corner of the screen. And do a little menu.
No. And that.
And that,
You
and
heal, and then the Elven shirt will now go to...
yeah, and
And
then
in the top left
there's
corner of the screen, the boss just exists.
yeah,
Because reasons.
yeah, he's stored over there because he actually is supposed to be on the map after you use reveal, but he has to be stored somewhere, and he's just stored on coordinate 00, which is the corner.
And this boss used to be a run killer, but it's actually not too bad in the run these days. We have slightly
Yeah,
different
now
stats that make him a bit
Yeah,
better.
we just now hope that he will not use what is it, Poison Tail?
Yeah. Even then,
Yeah,
that
like
doesn't really matter.
I mean, Poison Tail, Venom proc on.
It didn't even proc.
Okay, Venom proc on an Isaac could have been problematic, but they're fine.
Yeah, because we get we get Mist now. No, sorry, Spritz. In Alton, we have one extra gym, which means we have Boreas, which is the tier 4 Mercury summon, which Manticore is weak to, and so we can kill him in 2 turns, even though it requires the Time Lossosaurus, but it makes the fight safe. It used to be a 1 in 8 chance that he would die to this fight.
Also, shout out, this guy is the first boss to have 2 actions per turn.
Yes.
And
But
he
to
just
counter
dies
that,
in 2
he's
turns.
also a pattern boss.
Yeah.
I used to know the pattern because it used to be important, but now we don't care. And yeah, you beat him and it just warps you to the end of the dungeon.
Yeah. And now we go to the first part of the game. We get Vine.
Vine is probably the worst Djinn to collect.
Yeah.
Who's got healing? You've got healing. Vine is
So
awful
Vine
because
is
he only has a 1 in 3 chance of actually spawning. We have a small trick that'll get him there, but that'll get him to spawn, but it's hard to do. Got to be like frame perfect with your taps. Hey, I got him. Nice.
There he is.
Watch him run away.
And now we just...
All good.
Okay. Oh, good Vine segment for once. And now it's time for Kraken, right? The next boss we will definitely beat because it's this entire scene of the boat. We go with the boat over the sea.
The next section of the
Right?
game is like a 20-minute, 25-minute section of you go on a boat, you fight some battles, and at the end you get an outrageously difficult boss fight that is even casually
sleep, by the way.
probably the hardest boss in the game. It's just stupidly powerful. And it used to just be 20 minutes of boredom in the speedrun. I used to hate the section. But
And-
now it's fine. Because we're totally going to do all of it. We found
I
ways to
expect
totally do
we
all of
just
it.
hope
my
put the
goodness.
Kraken to sleep. Now we don't even go to the boat. We just go to the shortcut cave you are supposed to unlock later on.
Yeah.
And as you notice, Isaac is still poisoned. So now in this cave, Conical will do a quite specific movement to buffer his poison jump to clip into a pillar. Just so he can move the pillar out of the way and skip the entire boat section.
So basically, I'm going to take 2 poison jumps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 poison jumps into the pillar. Did that work? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that worked. And we heal everyone.
Just move
I'm
first.
gonna-
before you-
Yeah, I'm going to move first just in case. Yeah, it did work. I did go
Yeah.
far enough in.
So
Yep.
now-
And so we basically clip into the pillar. And
Yeah,
that lets
so-
me move it out of the way. And now we're going
Oh, we-
backwards through
yeah.
the cave that's supposed to be the return cave, which is nice.
Yeah. So basically what happened here is because Conical was supposed to be in the pillar, it wasn't recognized that the pillar can't be moved. Because there's technically nothing in front of it, because we're in the pillar, not in front of it. And we can just move the pillar.
Yeah,
It's
the
stupid.
downside is the
but-
enemies in this
Yes, these
little
are-
cave are like end
yeah.
game enemies. They're very, very,
Yes.
very strong. Like very, very strong. That is a
and
good
he-
encounter.
And here you
because
can
you
see
can
the
kill it.
only reason we got lift.
Yeah, that's the whole reason we do all of
Yeah.
Alton is to move that boulder
Yeah.
out the way. Oh, we got 2 encounters in
Oh,
here. Boo.
second. 2 encounters in here is... That's
I
unfortunate.
think you can judgment a single one of these, but
I'm
we don't
not
like
sure.
using Thor. Thor is the slowest summon in the game. He's very, very slow, but if it kills, it kills. But yeah, 2 encounters in there is really good to make up for experience that I lacked from the Killer Ape. So I think
Well, now
am
we're
I already?
in
I'm
Toby
already
Over.
level 13.
Yeah, we're in Toby over, and now we hope we don't see rats.
Yes, we do not like. So there are a rat enemy here that have. They can defend, but they have 2 versions of defend. They have one that is just a normal defend that will take
50%
yeah,
less
absolutely good. Yeah, I'll take 50% damage reduction. But then they have a super defend, which is
called flash
minus
defend.
90% damage reduction, which is insane.
So there are times these fights could take 3 turns, and there are people who just rage flee these fights because the chance that these rats
really?
defend are not that low.
Does she really not get growth by doing that? I thought she did.
Set of
Oh, she'd need a Mercury, Venus Gin, not a Mars Gin. Oops. Silly.
one little stop in Toby, which is actually suboptimal, I think, but did I do it in a marathon run?
Yeah,
Um,
it is faster to get this Gin later, but it is helpful to have him now.
So now we get Ember or to unlock our tier 4 Mars summon, which is called Meteor.
Also,
which
shout outs
we
to
will
Lag.
hopefully... Yeah, Lag. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, hopefully we don't have to use Meteor that often. Like,
I actually do use Meteor here. Because Meteor will one-hit kill pretty much everything, and Ivan will still outspeed with a Mars Djinn on set. So I do Meteor first and then Judgment, and it saves a menu.
oh yeah, this is actually a Meteor encounter.
And then Meteor requires this, but now I won't do the Djinn recovery because I can still use Judgment.
And we have a rat.
And we have a rat who didn't defend.
Oh,
But this is a
Okay.
terrible encounter, even with a rat to run away from, because the Foul Dirges do a ton of damage. Right, so now I don't need to
And
take
now,
the reset.
do we get the beach episode? Are
I'm
we
gonna
going
go
for a beach
for it.
episode?
Oh, we missed
Oh
it.
no. So if you
Sorry,
get an
we're not
encounter
on the beach.
on the beach, you actually have a different
Yeah,
background.
you get a unique background. Yeah, maybe we'll get a terrible encounter rate and we'll still get to see it.
Maybe on the way back?
Maybe on the way back.
So we did all of this walk to get this Jinn who's called Ground, and Ground is
Also
one of the
broken.
best in the game. He just takes away an enemy's action and has priority.
Yes. So,
Like,
so
if you
we
use
didn't
him-
explain priority. I don't
Yeah,
think.
priority. I mean, it's what it sounds like. It's just the first action
No
that goes
beach.
around.
Yeah, no
And
matter
also
who
the
uses it,
ability-
it
yeah.
will always go first.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
going
mean,
to go
if there are
for the
multiples,
range.
if there are multiple priority Jinn used, it kind of depends on agility, I think. But
Yes, it
it's
defaults to agility
never
then,
yeah. But I don't think it's ever relevant in this run.
Not really, no.
And now we're in Old Miller, and we will now switch at least Isaac in a mono elemental class
Yep.
and hope we survive.
Yeah, so we
honestly.
used to take encounters here, and encounters here are very difficult. They
Yeah.
are complicated,
And they
different
take-
things to kill in different ways.
take long.
But now what we do is
Right.
we put Isaac into a mono-elemental class called Gallant with 5 Venus Djinn, which makes him very, very tanky. And we want to do that. Wow, that was terrible. We want to do that for Colosso, which is coming up anyway. And we realize that this is now just faster to run away from everything.
Yeah. Welcome to the Legion hours.
Yeah, so this is very sketchy. Either you lose a bunch of time here, or you have amazing flee rates and you gain a ton
Yeah,
of
I
time.
mean there
you
are
die.
threats to put everyone in the mono elemental class just to have access to Wish, which is a AoE heal spell.
Yeah, I don't bother.
But
with
it also takes time, so. And then, oh man,
that. Oh, CBS.
oh, CBS.
Finally getting some CBSs. This is a terrible encounter, so slow as well. These actions are all so slow.
Okay.
Please get away. Boo. Yep, we just got to sit here and wait for them to use the slowest actions in the world. There we go, got away.
Oh, and then there's a person up there just in a sack. And what do we do with mysterious persons?
Leave him
Ignore
dead
them?
on the yeah, leave him dead on the ground.
He can die.
Yeah, he needs his
Save
Red
a
Bull,
lot
so
of
we got
dialogue,
to go
like-
get his Red Bull. It's hiding in the end of this cave.
Yeah. I mean, his draught. His
Draft.
draft. Thanks.
Draft. Nah,
His
it's probably his
potion.
Red Bull. Yeah, his potion.
Yeah,
His magic potion that when he drinks it, he feels younger and more revitalized. Good job.
Oh, double Fenrir is the worst encounter in here. What's these?
Oh, we're gonna
Guys,
have some
just-
deaths. That's all right. That's fine.
Oh,
That's
no.
fine. Oh, as long as it's not Isaac,
Oh,
it's
oh.
fine. Oh, we got out. We're fine. We're okay.
What
We
is
live.
this targeting like today?
Let's do this so you can do some healing too. It makes her a little bit squishier, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, we ignore this Jin over here just because for A, we don't need him anymore. There's only one more Jin we're gonna get in the entire run.
Yeah.
And B, it would take forever to get there.
So the final Jin sort of idea for the run is everybody gets 4 so that we can summon tier 4 summons very easily. All of the tier 4 summons very easily even. So we get 1 or 4 of each of the Jin plus Ground, which we've already collected, and Flash, which is coming up. So I don't really, so I
Yeah.
only collect 1 more Jin for the entire run.
Yeah, and after we described Rats having Flash defend with a 90% damage reduction, you can guess what Flash is gonna do.
Yes, Flash gives you the 90% damage reduction. It's amazing. Is incredibly broken.
But for now, we just hope to survive this dungeon.
Yep. Just heal when needed. I
And-
might not heal Ivan. If he dies, I don't care. We get a free heal not long after this anyway, so if people do die here, it's not the end of the world, as long as everyone doesn't die, and then I might cry a little bit.
Yeah.
Or if enough people start going down, I'll just safety save.
And
And then definitely not do a hard reset.
the problem right now being is we have to go to the end of the dungeon, which is in the next room, and then we have to retreat out and go back to the mysterious person. If we die afterwards, we don't care, but we have to get there.
Yeah, and if I die now, I go all the way back to Tolby.
So, welcome to the color puzzle.
Oh, accidentally did the rock twice.
So, left to right, we have blue, green, white, yellow, and red, and we just have to go to the rock with the right color. Which is,
You can also see the colors by using reveal, which I didn't know
Yes.
that until not that long ago.
But
You
if
can
you would have
actually
talked to the
cast reveal to see
mysterious person, he would have told you the right
The
order.
colors. Yeah. There you
Yeah.
look at that, I got it right.
Nice.
And then you do all this and we get a door. And in the door is
What is this
red door.
magic? Another magic that's never explained.
Yeah, it's never explained how he set this up. Babby is not an adept. How did he do this?
Science.
Science, yeah, Kraden did it for him.
Probably.
Attack.
Yeah. And now, like we said, we just run back in to the mysterious person.
Hope we don't die. Everyone will
Yep.
take... Oh, quad flee! Yes, quad fail. Plus 80% chance to flee on the last attempt and failed.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's always fun failing a chance that's more than 90%.
At least, you know what? At least it was not a bad encounter. He's following us! Man, he wants to get me. He's coming to get us, this mole. Jeez. I'm not going to bother healing anymore. If we get a death warp, we get a death warp.
Yeah.
We should be
The
okay
last
from
screen.
here.
There should
Why
just
would
be
I
one more
say that?
counter. It's fine.
Yep. He's bought a friend this time!
And his friend also bought a friend.
Oh, now, okay.
And another friend.
This is getting a
Oh,
little
Jesus.
bit scary now.
Okay, we're fine.
That's fine. We're fine. Didn't matter.
Okay, now we talk to mysterious person. And this is actually
Unfortunately,
the...
mysterious person is old as shit.
Yeah, I think... Is he the king? The region?
The ruler
The region of the
is-
town we were just in?
Ruler, region, yeah, I don't know. Emperor,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's who knows. But basically,
Yeah, the
his
actual-
draft comes from an ancient civilization called Lemuria, and they live forever because they have this magic potion that lets them live forever. And he went there once, a long, long, long time ago, like hundreds of years ago, and he stole a boat and stole a bunch of their draft and just kind of buggered off. So he's super old, like centuries old, like 200 or 300 years old. I forget how old they actually say he is. And he's running out of his draft, so he's trying to ration it out, and he rationed too far and collapsed in the cave. And if you remember what I said all the way back in intro about characters, how their age is proportional to their number of dialogue boxes, yeah, this guy is centuries old, and so he does not ever stop talking. He just talks, and he talks, and he talks, and please shut up, Babby. He's also a dickhead. He's, like, genuinely an evil person.
Yeah. He's like the... like, he wants to be the emperor, but he's kind of incompetent.
Yeah, so he used his long lifespan to found the city of Tolby and turn it kind of into, like, Rome, I guess. And he just goes around and he, like, subjugates places and then kidnaps children and forces his places he's subjugated to build things for him on pain of, with, like, the threat to kill their children if they don't comply. He's a terrible, terrible person.
Yeah, but he's also kind of incompetent if you think about that's all he achieved in hundreds of years.
I mean, if you live for 200 or 300 years, would you be able to found a city and take over half the world, half a continent? I probably wouldn't. But he's done all right for himself.
Well, he also introduced gambling into his city.
He did do that. He did introduce gambling to his city. But also
Oh, so this-
Colosso, and Colosso is fun.
I mean, this is basically Las Vegas.
I should scroll my notes. Wow, my notes are way behind. There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
who
kind
needs
of
to know?
founded like Las Vegas meets Rome. Which is
Yeah.
good. Yeah, good for him. So yeah, so the next section of the game, after this cutscene will eventually end, is Colosso. Colosso is fun. I like Colosso. Colosso, as a casual, is like the best part of the game. And even
Yeah,
the
so-
speedrun is not too bad.
Yeah, so Colossus basically the only reason we wanted to hit level 13 on Isaac. Just
Yeah.
because on level 13 in the Venus class he learns Ragnarok, which is in physical Venus synergy, which deals a lot of damage.
Yeah, so Colosso is possible, but a little bit sketchy at level 13. At
Yeah.
level 14, it's pretty safe. Like, Colosso is
I mean-
pretty easy at
I mean,
level
it's
14. At level
also-
13, you have to think about it a little bit.
It's also possible lower level, but it's slow.
Yeah, it's slower. It's so where we said in Kalima, it was slower to take like the extra 2 encounters you needed to get a void for a couple of screens. In terms of Colosso, it is faster to just grind encounters to level 13. Like if you're not at level 13 at this point, you just grind encounters because it's faster.
I mean, unless you get perfect RNG and just flee everything. But when
Yeah.
will that ever happen?
Never. Even the task takes some encounters in places for various reasons. Or the old task did. The new task just does arbitrary code execution.
Also, will we get the corns run?
Mostly no, because I forget where it is.
I can tell you.
Yeah, where's the corn? I'll get the corn. I know
Okay,
it's in
after
I know it's in Tolby.
Yeah, Tolby in the middle, like when you go to not in the screen before Colosso, but like the loading zone to Colosso.
Oh, on that
So-
little on the like the
On the right
stall at
side.
the top. Yeah, okay.
On the right side, on the shop.
Yep, okay.
Like there's, I mean, I can tell you when we
It's
pass.
so out of the way.
We don't have to get it, but it's a meme.
All right, we'll get the corn. We'll get the corn.
At least if I remember correctly where it is.
Still going. We're gonna do Colosso. Yay, happy.
Yeah.
All right, we did it. Cutscene over. Now we go back to Tolby.
Yay.
No death warp. The fastest,
Death warp is
technically the
great.
fastest way to get back to Tolby is if you got really unlucky. You have just Isaac alive with not much HP, and you just die and death warp back to Tolby. But we're gonna run back because it's faster if you have multiple people alive,
Well,
and
we
then
will
flee
just
from
risk
everything
dying
because
right
if
now.
they die anyway, it doesn't really matter. Oh, we might actually die. Hey, look at that. We're gonna death warp
Yeah, who
anyway.
cares?
Oh no, we died. Oh no, it's the end of the round.
Oh
Okay,
no.
fine. Look at that. We're in Tolby now. Go us. So where
Oh, I think
does it
it's
like
on-
spawn
it's,
there?
I, I think it's like one of those.
All right, we'll check it out. We'll get him.
I mean, we have the time.
Corn makes runs good.
Yep. The coin, it's just a meme in the community. It's a unique item that heals a whooping 100 HP.
Yeah, that's all it does. And there's only one instance in this game, and there's only one instance in TLA of corn. It's just some random item that just exists for no apparent reason. The TLA one, you run straight past it, so it's easy to collect. But this one, you got to go out of the way. Now we're learning
Well,
about
last
we're gonna
time
learn
I-
about Colosso, which is
Yeah.
it's fun. It's like an
Yes.
obstacle course with a fight at the end, and you're supposed to cheat. But we can do Colosso without cheating.
Yeah, so actually our group thought they will participate as a group, but then only Isaac is actually allowed in. And the other ones are relegated to cheering him on.
And by cheering him on, we mean use Synergy to bypass half of the puzzles.
And by that we mean that's actually slower and we will just cheer him up.
Yeah. But because it is slower, because you actually have to do it, and the obstacle course parts themselves, it's like an obstacle course race, and it's effectively
No, the scroller.
an auto scroller because your opponents
And
always
now-
take the same amount
And
of time.
now, finally we want to say no here.
Yes, we do. We want to say no to things here so we don't get explanations.
Yeah,
I'm gonna spam B instead of A.
so here...
No, I don't want to hear your explanation.
And now every of these guys, if we say yes to any one of these, they will give us a preview of the stage. So we have to say no a lot
No
here.
to all of them. And then yes to someone to cheer because we gotta get rid of everyone. So no, I don't
Yeah.
want to hear your explanation. Yes, I do want to store someone. How do I do as out? Set all granite blocks. I did this wrong in my last practice run. I accidentally standby all and had to kind of make up the fight, which was sketchy.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing that can happen, but it's also not the best.
No, I just did judgment, heal, and Ragnarok until he died, basically,
Yeah.
and
Like,
hope I get lucky.
you can always just flint ground Ramsey's Q battle, so it's fine, but...
Yeah.
it's slow.
Well, no, they were all on standby, so I couldn't really.
Yeah, but after the first 7, could have just
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah, so I just did Granite, Judgment,
Yeah,
Heal
and
until I don't die.
shoutouts
and
to
then-
shoutouts to the hand-drawn circle Isaac stands on.
Yeah, because Colosso's supposed to have 7 champions. We've been added by Babby as an extra, so they hand you a little circle for him.
Lend a hand.
We don't want to do any of that.
Yep.
Cheating is wrong. Instead,
Yeah,
I'm just going to
so-
do it all myself.
Yeah, so in the German version, this is actually called, I think, cheating time.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Saying the quiet
Either
part
that
out
or
loud.
yeah. Cheating break or cheating time or something like that. I have
That's funny.
played with the version in. Yeah.
There is actually speed differences between the versions because of text boxes. So technically Italian, or Japanese actually is the fastest language to run the game in, but Japanese it's a little bit awful at the end game because of one particular trick that doesn't work. But the fastest language where that trick does work is actually Italian. So we could play the game on Italian if we wanted to go super fast, but most people stick to English just because the text boxes are fast, but still you can still kind of read them a bit, so it's a better viewer experience to play in English.
Also better learning experience.
It's also much easier to learn.
Like,
Right, so first fight, Azar. Basically the idea is use Judgment to kill things, because Judgment is strong. So the first fight, I'm going to use an oil drop, which I picked up as an extra item, and then I'm going to set up Judgment, and with a little bit of extra damage along the way, and he will die. Hopefully, he will die.
the problem with this guy is he can defend and he can use a nut. A nut heals 200 HP, and we don't want to see that.
Yeah, the nut's
Because
bad.
this will just add extra turns to the fight.
we're fine.
Oil drop. Oh, yeah, that should be fine. Unless you manage to hit lowest agility on every roll, like I did once, and you just get outsped here.
And now he dies.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's the first fight. That's the easy one.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, he defended it.
Or he defends.
I might die
And
here.
now you have to heal, you know. Yeah, now that's not.
No. What a dick.
At least he only has one.
Now we just have to Ragnarok him until he dies.
No, he has 2. Never mind. Yeah. Ragnarok.
Because Flint doesn't come back until like last.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna drop Ragnaroks in him, and eventually he'll die. I'll probably heal though. I don't know if this
Yeah.
Ragnarok kills, so we'll be safe. What a terrible
I'm
Colossal.
never sure on this.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I would have died. Now I should just be able to... Flint
Yeah,
kill!
Flint done.
Rainbow kill! Swaggy rainbow
Unfortunately,
kills.
wait, no XP on this fight.
Man, the Judgment defend is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah, you don't get any experience out of Colosso. Because that would throw out leveling and balance and all that sort of stuff, so you don't get any experience. Alright, so that's round 1. There are 3 rounds that we have to get through. Round 1 is the easy round, technically. Round 2, Sat Rage, or as we like to call him, Nut Rage. He likes to spam his nuts, and we don't like that. So every time they use a nut, you have to add 2 Ragnaroks to the fight. So hopefully, like, Azat's supposed to be the one that doesn't use the nut, because he's supposed to just die. Sat Rage is the one that always causes problems, so hopefully they go the other way around this time.
Yeah, for the longest time, he was the reason we did level 14. Just because we could not speed him, or we didn't have a setup to speed him. Until we found one, more or less.
Yes.
Because people man up our gin recovery order by double tapping Flint.
Yeah, because the game remembers what order you put Jin onto standby by manipulating the order that we actually do it, like that.
Yeah.
I can now outspeed him on the 3rd turn, which means I cannot die, which is really good.
Yeah. There are people who double tap another gin, so I just asked. And
Hey,
yeah.
I got another one.
Now, if the worst case happens, we can just defend and get a gin recovery back and outspeed again.
Yeah, exactly. But that's
So
no guarantee. You can get critical hits
Yeah.
and stuff on Sat Rage, and if you
Yeah.
lose this fight, you go all the way back to the start of Colosso, so safety save. Because I do not want that to happen. You have to go
Yeah,
all
but-
the way back to the start, watch all of the cutscenes again, do Azart again, come all the way back to here. So awful. And it's
Yeah, but
not impossible.
It should be fine.
Yeah. It only happens if you get a critical hit. If he gets a critical hit.
On a specific turn.
Yeah. But still.
And now we wait again.
Yeah, we have to wait for them to finish. Like we say, they're an auto-scroller. I did my Jin recovery on those floating platforms because those platforms keep moving while you're standing on them in the menu. So you save a little bit of time. Alright, Sat Rage. He attacked. So now I see I took 78 damage and I have 76 left. So I will die on the next turn if I just try and attack him and he attacks me. So I defend. Now I get a Jin recovery. Now I will outspeed so I can heal.
Yeah.
And now
Let's
I can
get
survive.
Some agility point on, like, just
And
by
now-
settings. So.
And now we need 3 Ragnaroks to kill him. Every nut he uses is an additional Ragnarok. I need to heal again.
Yep.
So we've done 1 Ragnarok. Wow, he's just attacking. This is really good.
Don't say that now.
No, because he has to use a smoke bomb first. 2 Ragnaroks. And
Okay.
now we swaggy kill him with a flint. That was a really good Sat Rage. Like, I had to heal twice, which is annoying, but like, you take that over nuts. That was really good. Because he also has a smoke bomb, and he has to use the smoke bomb before he can use his nuts. Usually he uses the smoke bomb turn 1, and then you're like, oh, this is going to be really slow.
And now for the finale. We don't actually have to win the finale.
Oh, giving it
It's
away,
completely
Carrie.
optional to do that.
Yeah, you only have to get to the last fight. You can
Yeah.
lose the final fight. If you win, you get extra cutscenes. Oh, I almost said yes. You get extra cutscenes and also an item called the lure cap, which increases your encounter rate. So it's just like awful.
It's exactly
for
what we want.
Like all of that are things that we don't want. So we are going to lose. We're going to lose very quickly because there are strats to lose the fight very quickly. But we still have to do the obstacle course bit. We still actually have to get to the fight.
Yeah, like, actually winning this is not trivial.
No, yeah, there are ways to do it. Flexa did it as an incentive in a marathon once, and we spent like 30 minutes before the start of his run trying to come up with a strat to actually win this fight because the incentive got met. And so we do have a strat to do it. Basically use Vine and Ground on him a bunch to drop his agility so that you can outspeed him. But it's not an easy fight. He's a lot harder than the other two. Like, it's designed to be a challenge. Like, even at the levels you're supposed to be, it's a challenge. It's not a given fight.
Yeah,
Which is probably why they made it losable.
It's actually interesting because 100%
Also, this is
actually
a super easy puzzle. You just hold upright and you never get pushed off. Super easy puzzle.
Yeah, 100% actually has to win this, but they do this way later and get a bunch of Jin beforehand and a bunch of level ups.
Come on, one more try. Oh, we're gonna get
also,
fast conveyor? Fast conveyor? No.
No.
Oh,
and
sad.
But are we getting your trick?
Yeah, I acted like my one contribution to finding tricks in this game is I found an accidental trick on this log that is not useful anywhere else in the entire run. Oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it actually loses time.
It actually loses time. Okay, I didn't get it. Basically, you can push this log from the top and you end up stuck in that top pillar and you have to use move to get out of it.
Yeah,
It's like the one trick I've found in this game.
Yeah. Now we wait for the other guy because we want him to get a better sword and die in hopefully 2 hits.
The first one to the middle gets better. Oh, come on. Gets better
That's
equipment.
great
Oh,
start.
come on, dude.
Great start.
Okay, so I'm just gonna false summon Judgment the whole time, and he's supposed to try and just beat me up. There we go. Nice. And we did it. We lost. And now Isaac passes out for a while.
And somehow the group is up there. And
Yeah, I don't know how they got there.
Then why is no one reacting to this? Like everyone cheering? Hello?
I mean, they're cheering for the guy who won.
Yeah, but no one reacting to the random people going upstairs, upstage, and then the other. Yeah, Isaac's just asleep now.
And then they just leave.
And then they just leave and let him lying there. good
And now,
friends,
like,
man.
we've been unconscious until we got into this bed, and now Garrett
Yes.
was gonna yell at us for being lazy. Like,
Yes.
dude.
I do
Chill.
have I gotta chime in real quick here with we got a donation from Happy Camper for $25 that says, how about a spontaneous incentive? I have an idea. Do the yellow path.
I don't even know how to solve those puzzles.
I'm not sure what the yellow path is. I'll leave that one up to you, but thank you, Happy Camper.
Thank you. So Happy Camper, also a Golden Sun speedrunner. He likes to come up with his own kind of weird categories. He did all mimics once, which is kind of fun. Or all chests as well, I think is something he's done. That is a terrible, terrible idea, Happy. I mean, I can do it, but I don't even know how to do it.
I can look up how to solve them really quick.
Or we can do live puzzle solving. Oh, I gotta press a button.
So I guess if we do this, we have to adjust the estimate.
Yeah, we might have to push the estimate out a little bit.
So basically, we have blue path and we have yellow path. Blue path is fast. It's 2 puzzle rooms, and they're both quite quick.
So this is
Yellow
for a
path-
late game dungeon. We should clarify for the Tunnel Ruins, which is
It's like
a dungeon that's coming up pretty soon. There are
like
2
the-
paths that you can go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have yellow path, which we never do because it's 1 more puzzle room, and even if this wasn't, all the puzzles take forever.
Yeah. So the puzzles are really slow, and you do an extra one. Like, it's just
Yes.
like every now and then, Plexer or someone will go in and say maybe we've missed, but it's just slow. You do 3 puzzles
So,
instead of 2, and they take forever.
So,
So-
by the way, there is a category called 100% all chests. Even that category does not
Does
solve
not
yellow
do
path.
yellow path. There's nothing there. It's not worth it. All right. How about
There's
this?
nothing.
We will do what, because it's 50-50 which path you get given. How about, and you can reset it to the other one. How about we just do whichever path I get given? If I get given yellow path, so be it. I think that's a better solution instead of deliberately doing it. That way there's some stakes on other than just the 10-second time loss of changing paths.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that works. If you need me to adjust the
funny.
estimate, let me know.
We'll see. We'll
Um,
see. This run is not awful. I think I'm well underestimate at the moment, so we should be okay.
We do also
It
have
adds a couple of minutes.
honestly, we should just commit now.
All right, fine. We'll do it. We'll do yellow path, and I'll try and remember how it works.
But it might take 5 minutes.
I haven't done yellow path in probably a decade. I
Yeah, same.
genuinely don't remember the puzzles.
we've
know
All I
puzzles.
remember is at some point you have to use whirlwind on 2 sides of something. Is all I really remember.
Yeah, it's pretty much all whirlwind puzzles. Like
Yeah.
you have to whirlwind push like some pillar to jump over, to whirlwind another statue to push
Yeah.
it down.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks, Happy.
we try our best, but it could take a while.
We'll figure it out.
There was also
Let's open
a
gold and
there's also a 25 burger from Ham Fruit Cake, the Tetris speedrunner from earlier, that said a wonderful cause and an amazing effort by Sio and all the runners. Thrilled to be a part. Thank you very much as well, Ham Fruit Cake.
Thank you so
And-
much. I didn't get to watch much of your run, unfortunately, because
It
I
was
was
very
setting
early.
up for mine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very early in the morning. But yes, thank you to everyone involved, and I'll throw it back to you to keep on killing it.
You can keep talking if you want. This cutscene keeps going.
I don't.
Just wanted to shout out. Just want to shout out you getting the perfect time for talking.
Yeah, this is the cutscene the where Babby just he explains all of the whole Lemuria thing. Please help me to live forever, and we're kind of like, yes, okay, I guess. Mostly because you're sending your guy with us,
And we get a boat out of this. So.
and we get a boat out of it, which we need.
Yeah.
Because there are no more lighthouses on this continent, so we need a boat anyway. So we're basically going to steal his boat and bugger off. And they
Yeah,
never
and-
even try and go to Lemuria. When we meet up with Isaac in the second game, they just don't even bother trying. They just sail around for a bit and then just too hard. Thanks for the boat.
I mean, they can't get there because of reasons.
Yeah, they can't get there. So they give up and just ignore him. And oh no, he's dead. What a shame. Thanks for your boat, mate. Oh god, I hate this cutscene. This is so long. They
Yeah.
just talk endlessly about random crap.
Yeah, so Flex and I back when he grinded this tended to play speed chess during this cutscene.
Yeah, this and the elemental stars at the start in the elemental star chamber. Used to just play chess. People used to play chess.
Yeah.
Turn on the auto clicker and go do something else.
No. Yeah. Like we fit it in 2 bullet games, 2-minute games into these cutscenes.
I'm terrible at bullet. I'm okay at classical.
Yeah.
Like I need thinking time. I can't play bullet.
We are 2. This is not supposed to be good. This is supposed to kill time.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the recent Chess World Championship? What a heartbreaking way for Dingley Wren to lose that. Oof.
I mean,
drawn game and then he blunders right at the end. Yikes.
Was still pretty sick.
Yeah. All right, let's get the corn. Oh, wait, no corn. All right.
The guy. Talk to the guy.
Oh, I have to talk to him?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's the leftover corn.
There we go. We got the corn, the lucky corn.
And now we get.
That's going to mess up all of my menus, just so you know, having a corn there.
And the power bread.
Now we're going to get Water of Life number 3. And also number 1 back again.
Yeah.
Oh, inventory full, so number and also
the power bread we got increases HP. And we're gonna use it on Ivan just to make him survive more, just as we buy the Guardian Circle for him because he's squishy.
Yes, and it actually makes a huge difference, Sarah. It makes him survive a few damage ranges in the final fights, having the power bread. It is actually very useful.
I remember your ASM run. I remember your ASM run where, like, the next encounter after this, Ivan survived with 3 HP or something. How
do I do this? And you go to the. I've done this menu all wrong.
Granite Sleet, Granite Fever.
Yours?
I'm not sure. Where do you want Granite to end? No, Fever, yeah. Fever, and then Spritz Gust. Spritz Gust.
Yeah, Smog. You get Smog.
Oh, Smog.
And then that. That was
terrible. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So.
Well, it does for some ranges, but in general, no, it doesn't matter. That's alright. Alright, now, fleeing is no longer faster on average because things will kill me. So now we get to actually fight stuff. And everything has different ways to kill them quickly. Like this guy likes to die to meteors. So we use meteor on him.
Yeah, he's red, so he dies to meteor.
I'm not going to take
No, this doesn't always work. And now we're in the next desert because this continent apparently has a lot of deserts.
Yeah, this one's a little bit easier. This one just has whirlwinds with mini bosses that you have to fight.
I mean, this has a lot of lizards, which practically kill normal people.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to, again, take these guys slightly suboptimally so that they do a little bit of damage to me to save time later. Rock me for the backups. So we actually want them to hit me a little bit here. This first one is a bit sketchy. Ivan can die if he gets attacked. He didn't attack Ivan. That's good, so we're fine. And we take a little bit of damage, which is good. They will die to 2 summons. I do the 3rd summon with Garrett just because they know an ability called Resist. And if he uses Resist, he won't die to the 2 summons. So it's just a little bit of insurance. Now we're going to heal these guys to drain some PP. And this is also one of the reasons we have Douse on Isaac. Ah, it's a shame. So this is kind of like the Bilibin Overworld section earlier where you can get encounter skips. Between each of these fights, you can skip the encounter. Which is... So this is like a worse version of Bilibin Overworld. Hopefully it goes okay. Nope. Defend. What am I doing?
I mean, there's also the version where you can just kill stuff instead of hoping to flee.
Also that. But some of the, like... The single soldiers are, I mean, they're easy to kill. You just judgment them. Some stuff is slow to kill.
I mean, you can also just Boreas them to save judgment for the lizard.
True. Oh, I needed 2. Oh, now we're gonna die.
Okay, that's a Boreas encounter. That's fine.
Oh, what happened there? It's okay. This is a good encounter. That was sketchy. That was a very bad encounter.
This is actually more or less where just plain knowledge takes over rather than luck.
Yeah,
and you actually have to know how to
do things quickly.
Yeah, you actually have to know how to solve most of these encounters. Like, oh shit. Do we have a Psy Crystal? We should have a Psy Crystal. It's kind of... Oh, I can do that. Yeah,
I'd
also
never had no PP there before. Interesting. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna...
Yeah,
Because I
just
have
play
no
safe
P.
now.
I have no PP anyway, so I may as well just... This is the power of ground. Instead of taking an action now, he just can't. I take his action away.
And yeah,
And so
basically
it
saying,
makes it a safe
right
fight.
now we're still fine with just using all summons we have to kill stuff, but after this dungeon, it's getting kind of icky of stuff just resisting
Are you
certain
kidding me
elements.
again?
Boreas.
I know, it's
think.
another Boreas, but
Yeah.
like, come on. These encounter rates are killing me.
Yeah. So if you're in the last dungeon and don't have the right setup, you probably just die to the encounter.
Yeah, if you don't know, if you're underprepared in the final dungeon, like you get really bad encounter rates, you probably just die.
And now we get our final Jin, by the way, which is just to the left here.
He's Flash. Very good Jin.
Yeah.
Probably the most broken. Like, there's a few kind of broken Jin. Flash is the most broken of the brokens.
In this game, yes.
In this game, at least, yeah. There are some even more broken Jin in TLA. Shoutouts to Lull and Mold.
Yeah. I mean, the big disadvantage about Flash, like, it's not the best talent, the best Jin just because it's quite late.
Yeah, he's not the last Jin in the game. There are still 2 more after this, but he's 3 more actually, but he's pretty late.
I mean, it's the second last Master Jin.
Yeah. Nice, so that's all of the Jin we need. And now there is actually a boss in this dungeon. But it's, interestingly, an optional boss. You can just skip fighting him by just running and having good movement.
Also, we skipped the town before this, before the desert. If you go into the town and talk to the soldiers there, a
Come on.
cutscene will play at the end of this dungeon. So, don't talk to
Yes,
the soldiers.
yeah, I forgot about that. The soldiers that
Yeah.
are like dying in the bed, if you talk to them, you get to the end and they're
Yeah.
like, huh, we didn't find any of these things. Yeah, I forgot about that.
We didn't find. Well, actually, we're searching for Shiba now. Shiba is the girl that Bobby kidnapped, which was now kidnapped by Saturos and Minardi.
Yeah, she gets
Kinda
kidnapped a lot.
convoluted.
Nice, just the
Yeah.
one encounter on the way. out is
She's
good.
14, by the way, and
She
does
is
not
the
behave like
Jupiter
14.
Jin for the second game.
The Jupiter Adept, yes.
The Jupiter Adept, sorry, for the second game. She's amazing. She's like Ivan, but better. She's
She's Ivan, but attack
just
and
as
more
fast, but tankier. She's
Yeah,
so good.
but she has less attack, so...
Yeah, but attack doesn't matter. Well, it matters a little bit.
Depends on your playstyle, I guess.
Yeah.
And... yeah. So the whole reason we did Colosso is so that this cutscene triggers, by the way. Because if we
Yes.
don't do we do Colosso, but we
Don't
go
talk
into
to
the
Babby.
Barbie cutscene. Yeah, the Barbie cutscene. This way around.
These
If
guys
you
will
don't do
not
the
let you
Barbie
through.
cutscene, yeah. First item, the grey-haired guy wouldn't be with us. And then these soldiers would just block the path and we can't proceed.
Yep.
And now we're in Silhar Gate, the worst part of this run, probably, because no one knows the encounters in here. You only get 1 on average.
I gotta.
run.
You see,
Yeah.
you're like no,
Yeah.
or 2 usually. I
mean,
always
1 or
get 2.
2. But there are a lot of permutations of this encounter and pretty much no one.
Yeah, no one bothers to learn them. Oh, see, he didn't even
Yeah.
die. That's alright. Oh, and he used
I
it.
am
Come
most
on,
of-
if you're not gonna die, can you at least do damage to me?
I think most of these encounters are like Boreas proccing or something.
Yeah, but doing them over 2 turns is fine if you take a little bit of damage
Yeah.
off them.
No, and now we go down here and to the store.
That's bad.
Oh no. Should be fine.
Or 4 and pray.
So I should just kill basically everything.
Yeah, when in doubt, 4 with Ivan kills stuff.
Yeah.
Actually turned out to be not too bad because I'm going to be able to do,
So now we retreat Lich
stuff.
through this.
well, maybe not
Door?
entirely. He needs doubts
Yeah.
back.
It's fine.
Oh, wrong
So
way.
Lich through the door just to skip the last queen of this dungeon. This does not save a terrible lot of time.
Actually, in that case, it probably cost me time. But it saves you an encounter.
No.
Or if you do it properly, it
There's
saves
an
you an
encounter,
encounter.
and this screen is longer than you think. So
Yeah.
So now we go to the right just to set our retreat points to the right side. So we retreat out of this dungeon, we land on the right side, and this dungeon is, I don't know, you call it bug? Like if you use reveal, you don't get encounters.
Yeah. So this is what I mentioned earlier. This is the trick that doesn't work in the Japanese version. Because reveal
And-
basically just paints a separate map over the top of the map you're on. And for whatever reason... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, by the way, you just got the carry stone, and which is basically and this entire dungeon here is the only reason we need reveal in the entire game.
Yeah, if we could skip the carry
everything
stone,
else.
we wouldn't bother getting reveal.
Well, and this
Oh,
dungeon.
what have I done? I pushed by accident.
Oh, no.
Oh, I got the cutscene of the cutscene of shame. It's the cutscene of shame. What's even fun? Oh no, she did get it. Yeah, that's awkward. That was the cutscene of shame. I need to do some gin stuff. Yeah. So for whatever reason, in this dungeon only, this second map that gets painted over the top doesn't have encounters. So we just reveal walk the whole way there, and we don't take any encounters in this dungeon.
Which, by the way, is not true for the Japanese version of the game.
And this is the blue path, yellow path. This is where it gets decided. And of course, I'm going to get blue path first try, right? Classic.
Yes. So
in real runs, you always get yellow path first.
yeah, so normally you want blue path just because it's faster, but
Thank you,
yeah.
Happy. Appreciate it.
People donated, and we don't want to leave the nations left over if they ask something of us which is actually completable. So now you get a puzzle solving stream. Be prepared for, like, it's not painful for us, it's painful for the viewers probably.
It's classic speedrunner, right? Anything that's off script. I don't actually know how to do it.
Yeah, same. This will be fun.
Yeah. And also, shout out to that encounter skip. Reasonably rare, that one. You need a pretty good encounter rate to get through that.
I mean, after failing all of them in Bilibin.
Yeah, and also getting terrible encounters all through Suhala Desert and basically everywhere else in the entire game. It can throw me a little bit of a bone. How about a double attacks first in Venus Lighthouse? That'd be nice. Cutscenes, more cutscenes. So Satoru Samanati came through here and just decided we're sick of being sneaky and stuff, and they just kind of blew everything up. They just threw fireballs at everyone and just blasted their way through the town and killed everything, which is nice. Well, killed all the soldiers.
Yeah, now we just went into Venus Lighthouse, but we couldn't proceed, and now we go to Barbie's Lighthouse, where he tried to build another path to Venus Lighthouse or something. I forgot the lore on this.
He wanted to. He keeps sending ships into the Sea of Time to find Lemuria, but they keep getting lost because the Sea of Time is like covered in mist and there's sea currents, and so they keep getting lost. That's just not good.
This encounter's fine.
Yeah, but it's very early.
Yeah.
I can probably do a ground here, actually. Yeah, so he's sending ships in, and they keep getting lost. So he's building Babby Lighthouse so that they can see a fixed point on land. Is why he's doing it.
Anyway.
So I did another quick little retreat glitch there in order to try and save an encounter, which I'm now not going to save because I got really bad encounter rate there. This is actually quite
Anyway,
sketchy.
this Barbie's Lighthouse, for some reason, is connected to the actual Venus Lighthouse, which the scholar, which we could have met, but we skipped, actually trying to find a way in.
Yeah, they built it on the ruins of the
here.
Ruins,
yeah, this ruins over here has a door which the workers can't open because you need to press a button via reveal, and these people are not adepts, so they can't actually proceed.
And nobody had the idea of, hey, we're building a giant thing on top of this, maybe we just dig around the door. But no, they didn't think of that.
That's work.
Too much effort.
I mean, they don't get paid for that. I don't even know if they get paid at all.
I don't think they're getting paid at all. I'm like, it's kind of implied that they're slave labor. Yeah. Babby's not a very nice guy.
You know.
Yeah, thankfully we have the way to get through the door, which is, despite being Venus Lighthouse, is not even a Venus synergy. It's reveal gets you through the door. Oh, here's another use for reveal. We'd have to find a way to skip this one too, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I keep thinking like the only use of reveal in Fusion Dragon is to get Flash to get carry, because we can skip Tunnel Ruins in that category. Oh, I still have
I mean, in 100% you can clip onto a door.
Yep.
Terribly precise, but maybe we can find something similar.
Oh, well, yeah. It's a good idea, actually. Has anyone looked at that to see if you can do the same?
I don't think.
Here? I don't think it works.
No, I think you need the prompt of the door for it to work. Let me dream.
We'll have to look into it.
Let me dream of a terrible route.
What, where you carry poison all the way here so you can do a clip onto the door?
Yeah, but you don't have reveal, and everything is just awful because you don't get Flash without reveal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a way. There's a save and quit way that was found recently to get Flash without reveal. You can do a save and quit retreat glitch reset.
But this is no save and quit.
Yeah. Ah, I got pushed off the thing. So I actually got both of my Jin recoveries back, which is good. Am I going to get... Wow, I still got the encounter skip. Oh god, I forgot we're doing.
And now we're back in Tunnel Ruined. Now we're doing... Normally we would go down in the next room, now we go left, and then... you should get the popcorn out.
Yeah, we'll see how long this takes me to remember how to do this.
This could take a while.
I mean, they're pretty simple puzzles. It's not going to take that long, right? How are we doing on time? Oh, we got tons of time. All right, let's do it. Thank you, Happy. I hope you're still watching. This one's for you. This seems...
Okay, this is easy.
This seems easy. This is just going to be push things into place.
Yeah, but this just takes forever.
But it's slow, right? I got to use move a bunch of times. You got to push stuff a bunch of times. It's just slow.
This is almost as bad as Aqua Rock in the second game.
Nothing is as bad as Aqua Rock in the second game. Aqua Rock is a snooze fest. Yeah, it's great casually, but awful for the speedrun.
I mean, yes, there is called Jupiter Lighthouse, but
Oh, I like Jupiter Lighthouse. Jupiter Lighthouse is fun.
Harbor Room puzzle.
Okay, now this is...
Yeah, so this should also be simple.
Yeah,
It's just go over there. It just takes forever again.
I kind of feel like going all the way back and doing Blue Path after this now, just to show how much faster it is. Like, you literally push a single pillar and use douse on it, and that is the solution to one of the puzzles in Blue Path.
Happy, I have a task for you. Search any of Conical's run, and please do a side-by-side comparison.
Like, look how slow this is. Oh, and I used that. Can I just push this off, or am I going to have to carry this one?
Yeah.
No, it'll push off. Like, how many uses of move are there here? I'm going to have, like, no PP left. Yeah.
Optimal.
I mean, good, actually. But, like, not good. Because there's still another move that I have to do. Why are these puzzles so slow?
I just want to repeat, someone paid for this.
God,
this person is called Happy Camper.
It's just so, like, honestly, in the time it's taken me to do this room, I could have done all of Blue Path. That's not even a joke. I would have, what am I doing? Oh, you still have to do this as well?
Yes, of course.
It's so bad.
Then you have to use Whirlwind on the door. Because why not?
Why? It's like
the comparison.
This is like the
comparison. On the other side, you use Douse twice and Frost one time, and I think...
And one or two moves.
One move.
And you even have a long corridor with encounters in it. What is this nonsense? This is so bad. It's so bad. God, I forget how terrible Yellow Path is. This is a reason we don't ever do it. Again, I could have just used ground here instead of flash, but that's alright.
It's fine.
I'm setting up for a retreat glitch.
you get your extra level up.
And
So
we're not even done!
It's a carry part. Okay, I don't remember this
That's
puzzle
not
at
even
all,
right.
but it should be.
I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Yeah, it should be easy.
It's gonna be drop 2 things on here, right? Oh no, it's gonna be the other way around. Never
No.
mind. It'll be the other way around. It's alright. That's fixable.
I don't
Or
know.
either drop all 3 of them on there or 2 onto this one. Would be what the solution
Wow. So Happy
and
just
maybe
wrote,
this.
these are the best $25 he spent this entire year.
is. There we go. Oh, don't have that back yet. There won't be encounters in this room, so it's fine. Because puzzle rooms don't have encounters. Oh, but it's this way, isn't it?
It should be in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yay, we
back
did
on
it!
track.
We're back on track. Now I know what I'm doing a little bit again. That was so slow. That was so terrible.
So actually, you are supposed to mind read these statues. I'm not entirely sure how you should know that you have to mind read them. And they would tell you which
Oh
statue.
no, if you just interact with them, there's a thing that speaks to your soul, which is a nice prompt that mind reading them is a good idea.
Okay. Like,
And
I
then they
haven't
tell
done
you
so
like,
bad
I
now.
shine northeast of purple or whatever it is, and you can like figure out where they go, but
Yeah, but
it's the same every time.
basic
so-
basic rule of thumb for these kind of puzzles in this game: just the longest solution possible is the right one.
Yes. Yes.
It's either the longest or the shortest.
Or in the case of Dark Dawn, there's a very similar puzzle to this that has a very cool solution, very unique solution.
Yes.
That took
Great
me forever to figure out. It is actually a good game. Dark Dawn cops a bad rap, but it is a good game. All right,
Yeah,
Venus Lighthouse,
totally.
banger time. What a soundtrack. Also, this is where getting caught by surprise will basically kill the run almost immediately. So fingers
Oh,
crossed
yeah.
that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure about places before, but this place 100% we have a negative flee rate. So even if things go wrong, we can't flee.
Yeah, so we have to kill everything.
Yeah.
That was also the last retreat glitch, saves about a third of the dungeon. It's not as big a skip as the Mercury Lighthouse one, but it does skip a little bit.
Yeah, so basically everything in here can kill you and will kill you if you don't pay attention.
This is
Griffins. Griffins are kind of scary because these are the only enemies that can actually outspeed Ivan. So you always have to ground them or use flash.
Yeah.
Which is
And
why
I
we
think
always.
I think I can synergy for the makeup damage on these guys, so I probably should have done that instead of.
I'm not entirely sure.
The extra sun.
I
think I can
use
douse
Meteor on
them.
them, so
I think you can just Thor douse
look it
will kill
up.
them.
I can look it up if you're really interested.
No, it's fine. You just hope you don't take another encounter before you get the 2 recoveries, because then bad things happen. Ooh, it was very close too. Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, Jesus.
This time I think I do have to do this. So these are the worst enemy you can get here, and of course it's all we're gonna see.
Oh, it's Meteor Procne kills us? I didn't know that.
Sorry?
Meteor Procne apparently kills them.
Really? Kills the double.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if this.
So shout outs by the way to Ollie. Ollie is
Yeah.
an outstanding speedrunner. Very quiet, doesn't stream, doesn't talk much, but he just drops these just unbeatable times. Like he's honestly, Plexer is the GOAT of Golden Sun speedrunning, but when Ollie grinds a category, no one even Plexer can beat him. Like he's unbelievable. And he put together a spreadsheet of every single possible encounter in the game and how you can beat it the fastest in this speedrun. It's an unbelievable resource, and then AKD took that and turned it into a Lua script for the emulator, so it will tell you, like, give you an overlay over the top of how to kill things in the most optimal way. So learning encounters is actually very, very fast. So shout outs to those two for some incredible resources.
Yeah. We both began in this time where basically no resources
on.
existed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This
When
was
I started
fun,
running,
though.
we had Plex's video tutorial was all we had to go on, and then you just ask questions in
no.
the Discord.
Oh no, that was outdated when I began, so I had a very, very bad route update sheet.
Yeah, it was a little bit outdated when I began. I began just after we started doing getting the apple and doing those strats. So we were still taking encounters in Overworld, in Immel, and we were still doing like Mercury Lighthouse by fighting everything. But we were getting the apple for Isaac for the range was when I started. So there was like one update video when I started. Instead, now there's like 5, and we've given up. And Carrie put together an amazing document if anyone wants to learn this run.
I was so mad after my first run doing this because I just didn't understand where to go, what to do. Because there were just notes on with menus and nothing really that explains why you do it, how you do it. I was so mad about that I sat down for basically a week non-stop and wrote the 69 pages guide just for this run.
It is an outstanding guide. If you want to learn this run, it has everything you want. Please proc on Isaac.
Which was kind of unfortunate because right as I finished, no one ran this game.
Yeah, no. Oh, come on, hit the phone. Yeah, no one really runs this game at the moment. We've had a bit of a lull in the community, which is a shame. We need to get more like syothon style events where, you know, if you like this speedrun, please run. It's good. Maybe I should come back and do some more runs one day.
I mean, the problem with most runners of this category have Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, like I said, this is a really fun speedrun. Oh, bad. Please proc. Please proc. Oh, it didn't even. We're gonna Thor, we're gonna ground, we're gonna meteor, we're fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, we're fine. See what I mean? Caught by surprise. Bad.
This could have been worse. Should have used judgment though.
I don't care. I do not care. We survive. It's good enough. Should have used judgment though, should I? He still didn't die. Oh yeah, judgment probably would have killed him actually. That's alright. We can flash.
He's weak to judgment.
We can survive. You're right, he is weak to judgment. We can survive this. It's not the end of the world.
Okay, good thing is there's a puzzle room coming up and there are no encounters in the puzzle room, so we can just get all our recoveries.
Who's got healing right now? No one. Okay, that was awful.
Yeah. So we just run around now once in a while. And now we get the Gaia Blade, not for necessarily damage output,
we
but
still need
because
2 more.
it increases our elemental power, which means more judgment damage.
Alright, we're back. I have 1 fewer Water of Life for Satoros and Minardi, but hopefully that's not going to matter. If that matters, then it's going to be real dodgy.
Then you have to pull up a Gob Satoros Minardi fight with 9 revives.
Yeah. Lean on Quartz to try and save me.
Oh yeah, we never said that Quartz has a reviving ability which only proc.
It's a 50% chance to revive at 50 HP.
Yeah,
50% HP. So it's not that good.
So practically that means it never works when you need it.
Yep. And even if it does, you revive and immediately die again because you don't have enough HP to tank the attack that's going to come straight after. So fingers crossed we don't end up there. That would be bad.
So pulling in this stone last just to minimize a camera movement.
Yeah, so the camera will move to the statue. You'll see here, but it moves very slowly. And if you do any of the top pillars last, it moves the whole way. And it's very slow. So that's just optimizing for camera movement and also puzzle speed. Like that's probably one of the fastest ways to solve the puzzle anyway.
I actually think there was a faster way found, but no one ever adopted it.
No, it's not actually faster. Apparently, someone thought it was faster, but it's not.
Didn't FX had another way to solve this?
Oh, this is really bad.
So we might have to do all of this again, depending on how this goes.
Okay, we survived. No, it's alright, we survived.
Okay.
This is Judgment, Defend.
I
think you can get away. You can get away with a Procne here, but I forget how.
Let's
There's
hope
a-
they don't
there's a-
target Isaac.
Oh, shit, Isaac's on 3. Did not realize. Did not realize. Oh, and haunting. Also
Haunting?
fun.
Oh,
No effect.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We're fine. Not punished.
my heart.
I didn't realize he was on
Monica.
3. Oh my god. Let's take some recoveries here.
This is a roller coaster right now.
Damn right it is. Yeah, everyone can come back. Man, it's not often you get to survive 2 CBSs. Oh, come on! I don't even have
Okay.
judgment. Alright, we'll do it this way.
It's
oh,
fine.
Oh god, I don't have ground either.
This is not fine.
This is not fine. This is bad. This is not fine at all. We need to hope he doesn't do anything awful. This is not going well. That's alright, he used recovery, we're fine.
Are we? This is good.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't think he'll die. Oh, he does still die. That's
He
fine.
does,
That's
okay.
fine. Man, this is not going well.
This is one of the runs of the year.
You don't take any encounters on the sand. It's slow to do that, but I can get all of my recoveries back for what will inevitably one last encounter. Man, this has been a. Can I just get something good happen? Oh, of course not. Attacks first? No.
Okay, this is fine though. This is just
I think I can do it this way. And
yeah. That's just
man,
That's great.
this is one of the runs. The ground is probably unnecessary. I did it for safety in case this doesn't
Yeah.
actually kill him. It does kill him.
Okay. We made it.
And
Now, okay.
that was
On
terrible.
this
But
tile, where we are dancing right now, there are no counters.
I ran off
And
the
now,
tile a little
let's
bit.
go.
But it's fine.
Final boss.
Man, can the final boss just like go well for me, please?
Like, seriously, I have heart rate over 100 right now.
I can't believe I survived that. That
Same.
was so bad.
I saw you dying there.
I made so many stupid mistakes there. I mean, I got 2 CBSs is not my fault. Like that's just bad RNG. But I didn't
Yes.
help myself. I certainly didn't help myself. Oh man. It reminds me of the first were you there the first time I did my first TLA blind run of No Save and Quit? And I got to the top of Ayers Rock and I had no PP left on Sheba to do the whirlwinds. And so I just ran around to recover PP.
Yes,
just
but not in the
fleeing from
encounter
all
zone.
of the fights.
Yes.
It's like, how did I survive that? Good times.
You found the strats that we now use of fleeing is fast on average.
I'm so sad. I like every now and then, TLA, No Save and Quit, but it's so much more awful now. Just run away. It is a fun speedrun though. TLA, it's like 5.5 hours. But
I mean,
it
it's
is,
still up to
it's
5
like
now.
this, but longer and with more of the things that make this run good. Which is like various encounter stuff and like having to think on your feet and do things.
I mean,
It's a
all
good
the
run.
all the good stuff about this end game is basically TLA's early game of having to know all your encounters.
Yeah. Alright, I'm
And then,
definitely going to save.
but on the other side, the late game of TLA is trivial.
And then we go there, and we do this, and you go there, and you go there. We don't have to heal.
Please save.
You get that, and you get that,
Please save.
and of course I'm going to
Thanks.
save. Yeah, so Satoros and Minardi are run killers. Particularly Minardi. Minardi has an ability called Death Size, and it has a 1 in 8 chance to proc instant death. If she uses it, you basically lose the fight. So all Golden Sun No Save and Quit speedrunners have accepted the fact that you can get here on very good pace, and Satoros and Minardi can just say no, and there's nothing you can do about it. So fingers crossed they're nice. If it goes well, it's a really fun fight. We use a strategy that we call the Courthouse Strat. It is the fastest way to deal DPS that we know of. Basically, everybody has 1 Venus Djinn, except for Isaac, who has 2 Venus Djinn. On the first turn, everyone will use their Venus Djinn, Garrett and Ivan have ground and granite, so they get priority, so they will always get to use them, and then Mia will outspeed Isaac. Isaac then summons Judgment on that turn. On the second turn, Mia will heal, Garrett will use Flash, Ivan will summon Mars, which is the Flash that just got used, and Isaac will use his second, one of his 2 Venus Djinn. Everyone's Venus Djinn then recover, and you start the cycle again. So basically, we summon a Judgment every 2 turns, and it's a very, very fast way to deal a lot of damage. If it goes optimally. And we call it the courthouse strat because we're raining down Judgment on our enemies. Aren't we funny?
Yeah. And then we also have more reasons already to... I mean, spoiler, there's a second phase to this boss.
Yeah, it's the
Just
2-phase
do
boss
that
fight.
at the end. Yeah.
So hopefully I'm going to try and set up to do a fast fusion dragon. There are a lot of things Satoros and Minardi can do to slow me down, which is a shame, but... Like, you know, kill me. Oh, that was wrong.
Conical didn't misspeak. It's actually called Death Size and not Death Scythe.
Yeah, size,
It's just a
S-I-Z-E.
Yeah. It's just a translation error.
There's a few, like Water Blessing is another one. It's supposed to be Water
Yeah.
Breath, but they call it Water Blessing. So use the Drench just for a little bit of extra damage on this first turn. Got to get it in somewhere. May as well do it on the first turn.
Oh yeah, now Isaac has a boosted Venus power and try to get 1 boosted Judgment for us damage reason.
Yeah. So Satoros knows an ability called Break, which will remove all of my buffs, including the Venus power boost. So we do not want him to use the... Of course he did. On his first possible chance.
I didn't want to say it.
Did it on his first possible chance. It's alright, 1 break is fine. We can still do the fast fight with 1 break. As long as nothing else goes wrong. We can still do it. Or they don't do anything else slow.
I mean, this is fine as long as we don't die.
Yeah.
We take slow fight over dying.
Yeah, we use ground. So Satoros generally hits harder than Minardi, but we use ground on Minardi because Death Size is just... It is the worst ability. Like, we want to remove any chance she has to use it. Also, Isaac outspeeding Satoros is good. Sometimes with the level 13 Colosso strats, he doesn't outspeed Satoros. Which is bad. Yeah, Satoros. So hopefully he doesn't use another break. If he's only used the one, we can still do the Fast Fusion Dragon. But if they do anything else to reduce my damage output or heal themselves or anything, then that fight dies. Impact on Minardi, that's fine. Impact on Satoros is scary. Impact on Minardi is not. Heat Flash is fine. Okay. We're going to do this Booster Judgment into Satoros' turn. Hopefully he doesn't do anything silly after it. Still ground Minardi every chance we get. Always. We will always use ground on Minardi. Actually, there are some very fringe cases when you're trying to save the fight where you might want to use it on Satoros, but it's quite rare. And you hope you don't get into those situations.
Yeah, it's basically when you low on HP because he just hits harder.
Yeah.
And you just don't care about Death Size anymore and just get the run back.
So now we put all of the little chip damage, so flints and targets with the Mars, all go into Satoros to do just do that little bit extra damage to him over Minardi. But all of the judgments will be targeted onto Minardi so that she will die, hopefully on the next turn. Heat Flash. Okay, we're going all right. It's not over yet, but we're doing okay. So I think Minardi dies on this turn.
She should.
So she might need next turn because of the turn 2 break. But I think she dies on this turn. Yeah, she does. Okay. Kind of sketchy.
Yeah. Are we playing the save?
Yeah. I probably should. I probably should play it safe. And then I'll just kill him quickly on the next turn.
Yeah.
I'll do a heal, just because Mia took too much damage. If he did something that didn't do quite as much damage, it would have been fine. But I don't think this kills him now. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Actually,
Ramses,
you know what
guess.
what I can do is we can still we can do like this. We'll kill him. Nice. Just add an extra turn, and we still get the and we still set up for the fast fusion dragon. Nice. So that's Satoru Minardi. That's part 1. That's the scary side, the scary one. Fusion dragon can cause issues, but he is generally considered to be less dangerous than Satoru Minardi. But he can do things, particularly because I'm going to set up to do a 5-turn fusion dragon. If everything goes perfectly, you can do it. It's sketchy, but it works. If anything at all goes wrong, if he uses break, if he heals, my damage or my health is a little bit too low, I won't go for it, because if I fail, I have to do all of this again.
Yeah.
Like all of these fights again.
This is probably the only fight in the series where some runner actually use a calculator.
I don't. I just have backup strats if he uses break on the last turn. I have an entire, like, 2 pages of notes of backups. Yeah.
I just have a whole list of how much damage everything takes.
Yeah, I'll show you my notes after. I have, if turn 2, 3 break, if 2 times break or bad fight, if 1 break and a turn 5 break, right? It's just lists of things I can do if things go badly.
No, if that happens,
My if 1 break plus turn 5 break ends with pray to RNGesus.
I just resign myself to just use the extra judgment point.
The basic idea of this fight is the same, and the reason I can do a 5-turn fight is because I already have Flint on standby, so I can open with a judgment instead of open with a heal. So, but the courthouse strat still applies. We're basically doing the same thing, and hoping that he doesn't use bad actions.
It's actually funny because the second game uses quite a similar strat for the final boss.
Yeah, 3-turn cycle using judgment and a summon unique to the second game called Eclipse instead of a 2-turn cycle. Yeah. Alright, what do we got? He also gets 2 actions per turn, which is annoying.
Oh yeah, but do we want to talk about what we don't want to see, or are we jinxing it?
Nah, we're jinxing it. Outer Space is very, very slow, but keeps the 5-turn fight alive.
Yeah, we don't want to see severe blow because this can actually put our HP at 1, and then you just die to everything.
Yeah, it's basically death size with a little bit of extra punishment on the end. Like, instead of insta-killing you, it insta-kills you by dropping you to 1 HP.
Yeah, and if it's the first action of the turn and you don't heal in time, GG.
Yeah, basically. Alright, that's good turn 2.
Alright, this shouldn't be possible anymore, I think. Fine, being in play. I'm not sure. I haven't done this in ages.
So if he doesn't do anything awful to me on this turn, we're going to go for it. So fingers crossed. Just like, give me an attack. Just a nice attack onto, like, Isaac or something. Outer Space, depending on targeting. Like, depends how much damage he does.
Yeah, should be fine.
Or, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, should be.
Flint, Flash, Thor. Let's do it. This could be a mistake. Probably is. Isaac's HP is a little bit low. This is very risky.
How far are we in time? We have 10 minutes. This should be fine.
20 minutes. We got tons of time. Don't use break. Don't use break. Don't use break. Don't use break. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Oh, okay, we're okay. Yeah, Evil Blessing's fine. Hey, we got the 5-turn fight. Nice.
We win.
Ah, well, okay. You can get damage ranges that mean you don't quite win, but
and you just ignore the spooky friends.
Yeah, the spooky friends don't matter.
Yeah.
The spooky friends, the ghosts above their head, have it's a 1 in 8 chance to return 50% damage back onto the caster, which will, or maybe it's 25% damage, but it's enough that it will kill Isaac with a boosted judgment. So hopefully, let's watch the last one, because you always got to watch the last one, don't you? Because it's such a good animation, at least at a marathon. It's such a sick
There's a blue.
animation.
Wait, you should totally point. There's a blue zone mode about this.
And he dies. Nice 5-turn fight. So that's not time
This is
yet.
not time.
We're still going.
This is not time.
It's not
There's
time.
still
There
5
is
minutes of
an
cutscene.
epilogue. Yeah, there's an epilogue.
Yeah. And they're dead.
Yeah, they're dead. They fall into the big hole, and Felix steals Satoros' cape while he's down there.
I thought it gets
does
died
it
by
get?
the water.
Yeah, so Felix's cape, which is green in this game, Felix is the main protagonist of Gaunt's on the Lost Age, and his cape changes color. It's blue in the second game. Probably because green cape would look terrible on the overworld. So they changed the colors, but either it gets dyed in the water or he just steals Satoros while he's down there. But yeah, that's basically the run. We actually, I mean, it was a bit sketchy. Some awful things happened at places. I somehow survived Venus Lighthouse, but
honestly, this was just your average. This was just your average Golden Sun run.
Exactly right. Your average no save and quit experience. This. It's not even going to be that bad a time. It's going to be under 340. It's not even that bad a time. What's world record in this category these days? I know Plexa did improve it on Switch, but it's 320, very very low 320s, and Ollie did a 319 on emulator.
The world record is 322.11 by Plexa.
There you go. Beatable time.
On
That's
Switch.
not an optimal time. Yeah, that's on Nintendo Switch, which is faster than Wii U.
We have to add like a minute.
Beatable. Yeah, that time's probably beatable on Wii U. Sub 320 probably isn't possible on Wii U. It is on Switch. Ollie's 319 is like the GOAT run. That like no one's beating that. That run's insane. At least with the current strats. And that's an emulator run. We have a different leaderboard for emulator because the differences between emulator and Wii U particularly are significant. Switch is basically as fast as emulator, so it's not as much. But also Nintendo doesn't like emulators particularly much. So we try and promote running on console where we can. Like most people run on console, I think, these days. But yeah, so epilogue is basically, we lit Venus Lighthouse. 2 of the 4 have been lit. We're failing in our quest. Turns out, spoiler warning for the second game, that's a good thing. Lighting lighthouses be good. And we are the misguided heroes in this game.
Yeah, so we actually played the antagonist the entire time.
Yeah. The pawn of the wise one. But so the final cutscene is basically, yes, they got away. Oh no, let's go find them, and then the game will end. So now's a really good time to do some shout-outs, I guess. Firstly, shout out to Syo for putting on this amazing event. Good job, Syo. You're a legend. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very glad to be here. I think we're all having a good time. And thank you, Carrie, for choosing to join me on comms. I have no idea what time it is where you are, but
it's 1 a.m.
I was going to say quite early in the morning. So thank you for being here.
I'm on vacation, it's fine.
Yeah, so am I as of yesterday. Yes.
I would have watched this anyway, so I can also be here and have fun with you.
Yep. That's right, I'm used to annoying the Germans getting up. In my current job, we have a lot of collaboration with labs in Germany, so we have quite a lot of meetings in the middle of the night for them or in the middle of the night for us. So I'm used to annoying Germans. But yeah, and then also shout outs to everybody in the Golden Sun community. Everyone's great. There's too many people to mention, but everybody's great. If you do like these games, I highly recommend coming and just saying hi. Everyone is friendly. Everyone will help you out. These are really fun speedruns to get into. And it's not just this category. There are RNG manipulation categories, which I think are a lot of good fun. There are other no save and quit style categories that are like meme runs. There's a category Mealess where you do the entire run without Mia. Which I think Happy Camper is gearing up to do some Mealess no save and quit runs, which is it's like this run but worse.
Isn't that a meme?
No, it's a thing. It exists. There's a leaderboard for it.
But isn't this whole category just a meme?
It's pretty. It's a little bit memey. But Mealess save and quits. Oh no! I got to talk to the guy. Time loss. This is why we do epilogue, because there are some frame savers, like talking to Iodum instead of just leaving. But I forgot because I did practice runs on the no cutscene patch where it doesn't really matter.
Well, talking about Happy Camper, we actually have to shout them out just for making you do Yellow Path.
And reminding me of how bad yellow path. It's so slow. Like, no joke. You can do all of blue path in the time it took you to do that one. It took me to do that one puzzle. It's so bad. Why is it
You
like
could have
this?
probably done half of V2.
Yeah, honestly, yes. It probably cost us 5 minutes. This would have been, not, okay, it wouldn't have been sub 330, but it would have been well into the 330s if we'd done it properly, or if we'd done blue path properly, which is honestly a pretty good run. Like, given how bad it's gone and how out of practice I am, this run's actually not that bad.
Honestly, it would have also given you different RNG, so you can blame this awful Venus 2 just on Yellow Path.
Oh, would it? I did only get the one encounter. So BRN wouldn't have been
Just
any
pretend.
different.
Just
Yeah,
pretend.
I'll pretend. It was a happy camper caused this run to be terrible. How dare you? We should ban him from the community.
You know.
All right, one last
no.
menu and then one final cutscene and then we're done.
Yeah. So the one thing really about this community is the moment you have a question, there's someone just there. I mean,
Yeah.
depending on your time zone, just there to answer it, even to sit down with you and walk you through everything, basically. Like,
Yeah,
my entire first run was backseat gamed by chat.
It's very common for people to just jump in the Discord chat while you're in the middle of your first run and just like coach you through it. It's super common to do that. Like, everyone is super welcoming. It's just a group of people that just like Golden Sun, and we just want to play Golden Sun. And so the more people that come and join, the better. So
Well,
come and check it out if you like it.
Problem is nowadays half of us are addicted to rando.
See, I'm not into randos, so I'm missing that one a little bit. I don't really like randos that much. Granted, I haven't tried it yet. I have been told that the TLA randomizer is very good, so maybe I should try it out.
You know, Plexa
Oh,
said
also,
the
by the way,
exact same
time is
thing.
coming up, and time. That's the end of the... Hey, we did. We got under 340. Nice.
Hey.
Woo! Go us. But yeah, so come check us out. It's been great fun. I've had fun. Have you had fun, Carrie? This is like we said, this was
I mean,
classic.
honestly, being on comments puzzles is always fun. I don't have to run.
Yeah, you get to watch someone else suffer.
Yeah. They just laugh at you. It's great.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that was fun. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Syo, and yeah, that'll be it for us.
Outstanding stuff. You guys did the whole outro thing for me. I didn't even need to do anything.
You're welcome. What are you even here for?
Huh?
What are you even here for?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just the name.
Yeah.
I'm just the name on
Reading
the poster. But yeah, very good. Excellent.
Cool.
Golden Sun, always fun to watch. Good menuing, good battle, visuals and whatnot.
Yep.
Always fun to watch. And with that one, yeah, there's really no outro that I've got to do for you because you just did it all. So instead, I will get you two on your way, and we'll get our next runner coming up, who is Xando Toaster doing Reboot.
Awesome.
But thank you for participating, thank you for commentating, all that good stuff. Always a pleasure to have you on. And we'll
Always
see
a
you very
pleasure
soon.
to be here. Thanks, Syo. Thanks, Carrie.
Be doom. Alright, gotta get them out of here. Kaboom. Alright, so I am going to get everything set up for the next run, which will be very fun. It's going to be Xando Toaster doing Reboot. I'll get that set up and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Enjoy, everyone.